I want to have sex with your wife. And I'm not just talking any kind of sex with your wife. No. I'm talking, that kind of bestiality sex with your wife.
Yo, it is the Baja. Oh wait, hold on. Is Justin Tapp is requesting to record this meeting locally. You want me to allow you to record it?
Yeah, that way you don't have to email it all the time. We'll both have a copy.
Bet. Allow recording.
Then
Okay.
we'll just cut the first part.
Yo, it is the Baja. I am here with who?
The Bottom Boys.
The Bottom Boys.
Let's be more specific. Who exactly is that again?
This is Eric Spready Roosevelt on Twitter.
And
who
it's me,
else?
the Bottom, Justin, the ugly homie on Twitter.
Justin Tapp, the ugly homie. And then you got your boy Laura's Disorder, a.k.a. Devin. I really should say Devin, a.k.a. Laura's Disorder, but...
Pinellas County's most wanted.
No. Why do you say that?
Those charges got expunged. They go away when you're 17.
They did.
Yeah.
I had no violent charges. I had to do a whole bunch of shit for that.
The other thing that goes away when you turn 17 is that creepy drunk uncle.
Yo, I'm not gonna tell you to elaborate on that one. I'm just gonna act like you never said that.
My Uncle Bud did that to me once.
What have
I
you
got
guys?
that first hair on my chin, he dipped out.
What have you guys been up to this week?
Just working. Went to the Packers game Sunday in Atlanta.
Yep, I remember I videotaped it. How dope is that fucking building, Eric?
It's pretty dope.
That is the nicest building.
Although the stadium nachos for $18 can use improvement. They tasted like hot dog water.
You didn't have the $2 hot dogs?
I did, but I'm like, my one buddy ordered the nachos and it sounded good because it had brisket, but then in execution it tasted like the hot dog water, which made it gross.
Yeah, but
It's fucking raw.
that was my. I will never go to another game at Raymond James. I will only go to Falcon when they go to play the Falcons. Seriously, it's
I've been
room
to
temperature. They got the seats.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say? I'm sorry, Eric.
I've been to Raymond James twice. It's not a great stadium.
No, they need a new one. We need to build.
The only thing worthwhile about it is just hearing the cannons go off and.
Well, you buy
it's hot as hell.
You buy a $30 ticket, then you got to go stand by the pirate ship to get the actual seat you want.
What are you talking about?
Like when you go there, the way to go is buy like a cheap ticket in the upper deck, and then make your way down to stand on the standing in front of the pirate ship so you can watch the game there.
Yeah, that is true. I do that a lot when I have the cheap seats. That is very true.
Mercedes-Benz was a nice stadium, though.
Oh, dude, it's phenomenal, man. Last time I went to, it almost made me a Falcons fan. I was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?"
So it wasn't there when I went. It was mixed. It was like 50-50 Green Bay and Falcons fans. There's cheeseheads everywhere.
Well, yeah, Green Bay travels well.
Yeah,
they do. They used to. My dad Archie was telling me that when he used to go to games back in the day when we were in the same division, that you would go to a Bucks game against the Packers and it would be nothing but Packers fans.
Yeah, because the Bucks suck.
Yeah, I was gonna say they were trash for the first
used to
20
suck.
years of their existence.
Sorry, we have 2 Super Bowls in the last 20 years. We don't suck anymore.
That was the 90s where they would have like those weird games where the whole stadium was a home game for Green Bay in Tampa. Well, we did that to the Chargers once because the stadium was a bad fan base.
Tell me, all right, here's a trivia question. What are the 2 teams in NFL history to go to multiple Super Bowls and be undefeated? You want me to repeat it just to get some clarification?
The Ravens and the Bucks?
Yep, that's correct, Justin. Both 2-0 in the Super Bowl.
To not lose in the Super Bowl?
Yeah, like to go to more than one. Like if you've been any team that's been more than one and then hasn't lost.
Hasn't the Giants? Aren't the Giants 4-0?
No, they lost to the Ravens in their first one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They got their ass kicked.
That was the Ravens' first one, is what he was saying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember it was the Giants.
And that was in Tampa too, I believe.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, that's like a forgotten Super Bowl. No one talks about that Super Bowl.
Because it was a blowout. It wasn't.
Yeah, but
it was like the Broncos Seahawks.
I was just about to say, but people talk about that one. Like we don't forget about the Legion of Boom.
Only because of the Legion of Boom. It's just a recency bias In another 10 years, people aren't going to talk about that one.
I think the Bucks have the most positive point ratio in Super Bowl history, probably, honestly, because in both of our Super Bowls, we whooped their ass by over 20 points.
I'd have to look that stat up.
Yeah, that's something.
Let me look it up real quick. Hold on.
Who is the best?
Best point differential?
Yeah, best point differential. I think the 49ers might have skewed it with one where they dog walked the Broncos and the Chargers.
But they've also lost. They've been to 2 in the last 20 years and lost them both.
Yeah, that's right.
Point differential NFL Super
where they've won by like 40.
Let me see. I'll look it up right now. This is gonna be a hard stat to find.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Best Super Bowl point differential. Wow, look at that. Hold on.
Good podcasting.
No, this is a good little thing. Who has the most point differential in the Super Bowls? And you will not believe this list. Hold on.
No.
The Dallas Cowboys are number 1.
That makes sense because they've like
5 Super Bowl wins, 3 Super Bowl losses. The point differential, they have 89 plus points.
Okay.
You want to know second?
Probably have the worst one.
I have the whole list right here. You want me to tell you real quick the first top 5?
Top 5.
Yeah.
Okay, first Dallas Cowboys 89. The second is the San Francisco 49ers with 85. They're 5-2 in Super Bowls. Third, guess who's third?
Bucks.
Nope.
Denver Broncos.
Nope. Broncos are 3-5 in Super Bowls.
The Packers.
Yep, Packers are third. They have 57.
Oh yeah, because we did kind of like the first 2. We just like destroyed them.
You have 1 loss. Who did you lose to in the Super Bowl?
It was the Broncos. That was the John Elway helicopter game.
Yeah.
Classic.
Okay, so who's fourth?
I don't know. You have the list.
I know. I'm asking you guys to guess.
So I guess
probably multiple Super Bowls, right?
Cowboys is first. 49ers is second. Nope. Packers are third. Pittsburgh sixth. Who's the fourth?
New England?
Nope.
No, New England's won by 3, most of them.
Tampa Bay, 49-point differential.
Yeah, because of the 2 they've blown them out.
Yeah,
okay.
and then fifth spot is the Ravens, 30-point differential.
Oh yeah, because they did dog walk the Giants in that. I think the Giants only scored like once.
So basically, the Bucks, Packers, 49ers, and Cowboys. The Bucks are at 49, but those are the teams that are basically 50 and over. The 5th team is 30. So you don't want to really play the Cowboys, 49ers, Packers, or Bucks in the Super Bowl, or else you might get blown out.
Your Bucks looked good this week.
Hell, I told you, Eric. Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback. The narrative on him is screwed.
You look good.
Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback. The narrative on him is skewed because he's a first overall pick. He's going to be our quarterback for the next 5 years. We're letting Mike Evans walk because we know we have to pay him, Devin White, and a couple other people.
Mike Evans is the oldest.
Mike Evans is only 30. He had 171 yards and a touchdown. He has a touchdown in every game this year.
But you're not giving a 31-year-old receiver like a 5-year extension.
Well, dude, I give him a 3-year extension. It's Mike, dude. He's the best player in Bucks history other than Derrick Brooks. And you can make an argument that he's better than Derrick Brooks. He's the reason that Tom Brady came here. He might not have had a big Super Bowl game. You don't think actually he did. He caused like 4 pass interference penalties that led to like 100 yards.
Well, how much is that on Mike Evans and how much is that on Tom Brady?
It's on Mike Evans. He got fucking tackled on that. Remember when there was like a minute left in the second half, he got tackled on the sideline that put us up to the 20. And then remember then Tyrann Mathieu, he got another one right after that where Tyrann Mathieu pushed him after 5 yards that put us up to the goal line that led up to the AB touchdown. I remember I was watching that game like, damn, Mike didn't get a touchdown. But then I looked over it and I was like, he did have like 100 yards in pass interference. They just kept holding him the whole game. Even in the mic'd up version, he's like, bro, they just keep fucking hugging me. And Tom was like, dude, just keep running. We'll take those. We'll take that all day.
He's a first ballot Bucks Ring of Honor Hall of Fame.
Fuck yeah, he is, dude. I've been saying that for how long now? 4 years? 5 years?
He's being sarcastic. He's saying he's not going to be in the Hall of Fame first ballot, but he'll be in the Bucks Ring of Honor.
No, he's a definite Hall of Famer. It's already solidified. Everybody knows that. I don't know why are you saying that sarcastically?
Because
look at the stats.
Because it's fun to troll you.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, I can look up the wide receiver stats. I'm pretty sure he's the only. I think he has.
We looked this up a few episodes back. We don't have to have this argument again.
I will have it every fucking show with you.
Remember, because we looked this up a while and we started talking about Randy and Calvin.
Is Julio still playing?
He's a free agent. He just hasn't signed anywhere.
Yeah,
He's done.
He's washed.
Yeah, he's done.
Once you get there, once you're past like 31, and it's like every year is just pretty much you're like one step away from being completely washed.
I agree.
Julio Jones just couldn't stay healthy even last year.
No, it's like how Todd Gurley was like the best running back in the league, and then like 6 months later he has arthritis.
Yeah.
It's like the fuck? You're 28.
Wait, who had arthritis?
Todd Gurley.
He had like early arthritis. He was like one of the best running backs in the league, and then he was washed within 6 months of that Super Bowl.
Well, you got to look at workload and all that from the time he played his first Pop Warner game to the time he got to the NFL.
And they did run the shit out of him in Los Angeles the last 2 years. Remember when they had Jared Goff? All they did was hand it off to him. It's kind of sad what they do to running backs.
I know. Pay the running backs.
They did the money.
Right,
it's not the prime position it used to be, but they're still important. Pass blocking on third down.
Well, it's just like none of them are good after. Like you say, wide receivers aren't good after 30. That's not true. A lot of wide receivers are good after 30. Now, running backs, you can't give me one running back in the NFL that's been good over 30 the past 10 years. Give me one.
10 years?
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson, yeah, that's not a bad guess.
Let me look up the stats. After 30?
Frank Gore kept getting 1,000 yards till the end.
What? How long ago was that?
A couple years back.
Yeah, Frank Gore retired like 4 years ago, not even.
Yeah, he retired 4 years ago when it was the Colts.
Yeah, but let's see his stats. Let's see when he slowed down. He's probably around 30. Hold on. Let me look up Frank Gore's stats.
Frank Gore was playing from the year 2005 up till 2020, and his last 1,000-yard season was 2016. He was playing with the Jets 3 years ago, and he still had almost 700 yards.
It's not bad.
At 37 years old, he had almost 700 yards.
Hold on, at what? How old?
37. He had 653 yards.
Yeah, that's right. Frank Gore played for fucking ever, bro.
Hold on, let me see the years.
I have the stats right in front of me. He was 37 years old with the Jets. 187 carries, 650 yards.
Take guys gonna look for alternative facts.
653 yards. Yeah, that's not very. The last time he had 1,000 was
37 years old.
He's 37 though. That's still good for that age. Sometimes they only have like 200.
Yeah, it's good for that age, but not for the NFL.
33 years old. He ran for 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he was running for 1,000 at 33.
2016. How old is he?
33.
Yeah, age 34. He had 961 yards. He's an ageless wonder.
All right, so he was 33 years old when he had 1,000 yards. Like I said, that's like a kind of anomaly. Frank Gore, everybody knows that. But okay, so you gave me one. Give me another running back that was good after 30.
That's it.
And then we said Adrian Peterson.
I checked. He had 1,000-yard year at 30, and then
at 33 was his last 1,000-yard season.
Who, Peterson?
Yeah, at 34 years old, he ran 898 yards.
That's not bad. Oh, that's not bad.
Let me see.
He got injured for a few times.
Adrian Peterson's last 1,000-yard year was with Washington 2018, and I think he was around 31.
Yep, he was 33 years old.
I like how this segment just evolved. We're just playing the game of like talking about where we just bring up old NFL players from like 10 years ago.
Well, that's why
you've seen that on like. I'm saying you've seen that on like Instagram, Devin, where there's like guys can just sit there all day and just start listing off random NFL players they know.
Well, no, I asked you guys to name running backs over 30 that were good.
I know, but I'm saying that. But this is where it's kind of where it's going to that.
What? Just naming people? I mean,
we're doing the thing where guys in a barbershop will just start throwing out like old NFL names. Like, yo, you remember this guy?
No, I asked you guys the question and you answered it.
Doesn't always get the jokes.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I don't think it has a lot of.
It's just hard to name players that have run for over 1,000 yards after they turn 30 because a lot of them don't get to play till after they're 30.
And because they usually slow down. And they don't want to pay them either. That's what it is. They don't want to pay them, so they're like, I'm not gonna fucking ruin my legs and head for $1 million when I already have $3 million in the bank.
Yeah, let's see, because it's just hard pressed to find a running back playing after 30.
That's what I'm saying.
One off the top of my head.
Because I thought Jerome Bettis, he played till he was 33. His last 1,000-yard season was 29 years old in 01.
But those are good answers, though. Frank Gore and AP. When I asked the question in my head, I thought AP. But I mean, other than those two, which is like they're anomalies. There's really
Yeah,
it's hard to
I'm
find
trying to.
someone.
But outside of that, what are your guys' thoughts on like how the season's gonna play out? Because I'm completely confused.
I think both of our teams look all right. I think you got to
But I'm
give
saying
Jordan
like,
Love a season to really break in.
I'm
He's
saying,
has 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He looks
oh,
like he's gonna be
yeah,
good.
yeah. I'm
And then
saying
Baker Mayfield has.
The NFL as a whole, it just looks like it's going to be a chaotic season where it's like teams, teams that just like random teams are going to start beating each other.
Well,
I
that was
know.
like
I said Philly. Sorry to interrupt you, Justin. What were you gonna
Philly,
say?
no, it's fine. Go with your thought.
I know I said Philly and Miami in the Super Bowl, but did I change that? I remember. I thought I
oh,
changed that.
No, you changed it from someone else to Philly, Miami.
Miami actually looks good.
That's why I'm sticking with Philly and Miami as my Super Bowl guys. I think I
Who's
love.
going
You
to
know
get a
who I
ring for the
fucking
two?
love? Phil or
Who?
Miami's coach, Mike McDaniel.
Well, because he runs away from reporters like a scared kid.
Nah, dude, I watched like a documentary on him last night, and he was just so open and so honest, and I was like, man, this is a really
He,
good coach.
he's so
Like,
He
weird.
vapes on the sideline.
I'll send you guys what I watched last night, and you guys can watch it on your own time.
What was
But
it the thing where he was talking about what was it? He used to be
alcoholic.
an alcoholic. He also was best friends with some kid's mom and she's a big Denver fan
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
that.
He was friends with the comedian. Right? Is that what you're
Yeah.
talking about? Oh, what's his fucking name? Because I
Yeah.
watched that. I watched that last night too. I kind of dived into Mike McDaniel for whatever reason.
And
I
she was talking
watched.
about how she was a 40 Broncos fan or whatever.
Yeah,
And
they
then
grew up
he got the
together.
job with San Francisco because he was always wearing a San Francisco.
Who the fuck is that guy? I literally just watched that shit
Yeah,
last
because he was
night,
talking about
bro.
how they used to play Tecmo Bowl.
Yeah, I literally
I'm
watched that shit
not
last
sure what
night.
you're talking about.
Hold on, I'm trying to find it so you know who I'm talking about, Eric. You know what the fuck it is, Justin. I want to find his name. Oh, here it is. Dan Soder.
Yeah.
Dan Soder and Mike McDaniel grew up together,
Oh.
and Dan Soder's been a famous comedian for like 10
You,
years now.
do you find it weird that all these like famous people and actors just you find out they randomly, oh, we all went to high school together, as if like there's just like this big conspiracy where they're all just like engineered for that.
Like how Snoop Dogg stole Cameron Diaz weed one time.
Or how Rodney Hood, the basketball player, taught Haley Williams the crip walk.
Is that a real thing?
He was her neighbor, right?
Yeah, they were neighbors in what was it, Mississippi or Tennessee? And he taught her how to crip walk, and now she does it on stage in concert.
She's probably
Korea?
doing it.
Yeah, you can look it up. Haley Williams crip walk.
Uh,
I've gone on record saying Crips are way better than Bloods. They have way better morals.
and
They
then
actually have
Devin,
morals.
and then Devin's more in love with Haley Williams.
Yeah, honestly, if you send me a video of her Crip walking,
He'll know
yeah.
himself.
Let me look it up. I want to watch this. We're gonna get first
send it.
reaction. You're gonna send it to me? Or should...
Her crip walking,
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Okay, send this
But,
to me. You'll get a
like
first.
yeah, like how all these famous people are fucking neighbors with each other.
Hold on, I just
Like,
looked
yeah,
it up.
I'm
I looked it up,
fucking-
Justin. When Haley Williams does the little dance, hold on, let me see if this is actual Crip walking here.
I don't think it's legit crip walking because I mean, white people and rhythm don't go together.
Let me see. Bullshit, I can get down. I can get jiggy with it.
Hey, he's not your average white boy.
You've gone on record saying you're not a white boy, so I mean,
I'm a white boy, but I'm not like, I'm not fucking
you're white on the outside, not the inside.
yeah, I'm not short white boy. You know what I mean? I don't wear the what's those shirts? The C shirts. You know what I'm talking about? Like the guys.
Carhartt.
No. You know what I'm talking about? They have like the fishes on them, and then the guys that wear them always their dad owns a boat, and they wear short shorts up to their thighs.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, and the name is like escaping me right now. But you see,
It's the name of a person, right?
yeah, because
Yeah.
I was originally thinking like Salt Life, but it's not Salt Life.
Well,
It's
Salt
not-
Life can apply. Yeah, Salt Life as
Yeah.
well too. But
And
no,
then
you
I
know
was
what I'm
thinking
talking
Tom
about.
Hardy, but it's not Tom Hardy.
The cotton shirts, a lot of them can
No,
be
it's like
wife beaters.
polyester long sleeve shirts. Always.
Yep.
For some reason.
Yep. Hold on. Let me look up white people clothes. Let me see what pops up. White people shirt.
Did you ever
White-
see that video of Haley Williams doing the crip walk?
Yeah, I looked at it. It doesn't look like she looks like she's just. I'll get maybe. And maybe California or something. They might call her out, but I didn't see no crip walking. I
It
looked
looks
up
like a
white guy shirts
white
and
people rhythm.
white
I
people.
literally googled white people fishing gear, and it's not popping up.
Hold on, let me look up fishing shirts, because I looked up white guy shirts and like they sent me to white shirts, actual white shirts.
That's pretty funny.
What is a white guy's shirt? Just like
A wife beater.
like
Hold on, I got it. Guy Harvey.
Guy Harvey, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Harvey.
you don't see me wearing like Guy Harvey shirts with the short shorts. I'm not that white. You know what I mean?
With the Sperry's on your dad's boat.
Yeah, you don't see me with that or a Columbia shirt. You know what I mean?
I actually own a pair of Sperry's.
Yeah.
Oh man, you're getting old, dude.
I got them for 17 $17 at the fucking thrift store.
Yes, Sperry's, Guy Harvey, Columbia,
Spent
Tommy
$17
Bahama.
on fucking Sperry's that are $120. I'll take a deal.
I've started just wearing straight up like plain clothing. I'm getting old now to where I can't have graphic t-shirts on or else I look like I'm trying too hard. I wear straight black or straight white clothes.
You're wearing all that, and you're betting on on games like you think you know what you're doing, but you're just losing money all the time.
I've never bet on any game.
Pussy.
Wearing a fucking Echo Unlimited t-shirt and Jenko jeans.
Nah, I haven't bet on anything yet, but I am going to when I get my money
You
right.
didn't do like a watch phase, and you convinced all your buddies to try to buy watches.
No, dude, what we should do.
Invest in this. It's got a great face piece. The stones in it are great. You can't tell the time on it, but it's stylish, bro.
What we should do is when I get my money up, I'm gonna really look into like games because I'm telling you, I could definitely make money off of betting games. And it's not that I know everything, it's just certain like hypothetically I know I bring this game up a lot, but Bucks Super Bowl, no one was accounting for the tackles being injured. I knew that we were the underdogs, but we shouldn't have been. Like a lot of Vegas.
I wish I could go back and see what the spread was on that.
Vegas they don't account for injuries like they should.
Yeah, but what you're not also taking account is Vegas is only, I think, had like one bad weekend in the last 30 years.
I just know if we find a way to do it.
I know, but you're going down every other gambler's route and not realizing Vegas always wins.
Well, what I could do is I could be Devin, like, hey.
Did you see the end of the Rams 49ers game this week?
Yeah, where he kicked the field goal for no fucking reason.
Yeah, but you know what the spread of that game was?
They did the spread on purpose. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So everyone's like, why did they kick? There was no reason to kick that because they weren't even going to be able to onside it and throw a Hail Mary. The clock just expired and Rams covered their spread.
Oh, that's crazy. So what? Here's a game plan. I'll keep an eye on like injuries and stuff and be like, hey, Eric, Justin, I think this team that's supposedly the underdog. It shouldn't be the underdog, and I'll explain why there shouldn't be. And if you guys agree with me, you go over like the analytics of what Vegas is saying, and we'll see if we should bet on it.
That's what I'm saying. What you're saying is probably somewhat feasible because you're just trying to bet on you're just trying to like best bet on one games. Most people just bet on all they just bet like a degenerate.
No, I would find one game. Like hypothetically, let's look up week 3, and I would tell you guys if I had $1 million in the bank account, I would tell you who I would bet $50 on. Hold on, week 3 NFL.
Okay, so Bucks play Monday Night Football against the Eagles. Thursday Night Football is the San Francisco Giants versus
what's the line?
San Francisco versus the Giants. The line, I don't know if it tells me on the NFL app what the over-under is.
It will tell you the line.
I know on ESPN it does. I don't know if on NFL it does.
I'm looking up the line right now.
You got Colts Ravens at 1:00 on Sunday.
What about Bengals Rams? Who's the favorite in that one? Because Joe Burrow's not playing in that game, and they don't know yet.
Give me the Rams in that game.
Who's the favorite though? Who does Vegas have?
Vegas probably has the Rams if they take into account the Joe Burrow injury.
That's re-aggravated
that catch.
No, yeah,
because if Vegas has the Bengals winning that game, I would bet on the Rams.
I want to say it's a 4:00 game.
The Bengals is Monday night.
There's 2 Monday night games again?
Yeah, I think they're doing that this year.
Yeah, to get that rating money.
Okay, so Cincinnati is a 2.5-point underdog.
Okay, so never mind. So if they're the underdog, I wouldn't bet on that one. Here, let me look again.
Tampa is a 5-point underdog to Philly.
Now I wouldn't bet on that because Philly's probably going to win. But considering it's in Tampa and I don't think we have a lot of injuries, that wouldn't be a terrible bet, but I wouldn't do that.
That game would scare me because I'm almost like like it's almost like you almost could feel like it could be like a blow. Like either team
It's either going to be a blowout or a close
or
game.
Tampa somehow wins by or Tampa wins outright.
Okay, let me
San
keep looking.
Francisco's a 10-point favorite on Thursday. Baltimore is.
What about the Falcons and the? Oh yeah, sorry, Justin. Baltimore and Indianapolis.
Baltimore, Indianapolis.
Baltimore's an 8-point favorite.
Now that could be a game, bro, because they have a lot of people injured. Baltimore.
That one's.
I got the Ravens winning if Gardner Minshew's starting.
That one I would.
Why? You have more trust in Anthony Richardson than Gardner Minshew right now?
Yeah, but Devin, you can bet like spread or money line, right?
I would bet on who's gonna win if I could do that.
Well, I'm saying, but if you bet like Baltimore winning, you wouldn't win that much because they're a minus 409 they're a minus 409 favor. That means if you bet 100, I'd have to look it up. You'd win like probably like just $20.
That's fine. I wouldn't be wrong though. You know what I mean? I wouldn't lose money.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but the spread is like if you pick the spread, it's like minus 110 either side, so you almost double your money. That's what I'm saying. Like, say you thought Indy was good. Like, if you think it's going to be close, you could just pick that Indy will cover the spread.
Okay. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. You can go because you know the details of betting. You know what I'm saying? I would keep an eye on injuries and whatnot. Like who do they have winning the Chargers-Vikings game? Who's the favorite in that one? Because that one could go either way.
That one's even. It's literally listed as even.
It's a pick 'em. It's pretty much even odds for both sides.
Okay, what about the Saints-Packers? Because that one can go either way too.
Packers are a 2-point favorite.
Yep. Okay, now see.
Jacksonville favorite over
no, see for the New Orleans Green Bay game, we should look up who's injured and who's not. And hypothetically, you said Packers are the favorites. Let's say the Packers have a couple injuries. Like, do they have any injuries going into that game that they didn't have last week?
They got 5 people questionable: David Bakhtiari, Aaron Jones, Christian Watson, Rashawn Gary, and Lucas Van Ness.
Those are big time. But what about the Saints now?
They got 4 people that are questionable. Jamal Williams, their backup running back. Well, actually, I think he's their starter with Alvin Kamara out. Marcus May is a safety. He's on suspension, I believe. Taysom Hill is questionable, and Foster Moreau, their tight end, is questionable.
See, Taysom Hill is their backup. The tight end, I have no idea who that is. If I had to make a bet, if you put a gun to my head and said you have to bet $50 on a game, I would bet that the Saints upset the Packers, just because they have David Bakhtiari out, they have Aaron Jones out.
Bakhtiari, they're not letting him play on turf, and they're playing in Green Bay, which is real grass.
That's fine. If you put a gun to my head and said bet $50 on an underdog, I would probably say New Orleans over Packers, just because those injuries. Who else? Christian Watson is hurt too, as well.
What was that?
Christian Watson's out in that New Orleans game.
He's questionable. He hasn't played yet in the regular season, so
I would bet New Orleans over Green Bay. I think that's a good pick. Sorry, Eric.
Hold on. Pause the recording, Devin.
Okay. Well, all right. Hold on. I don't think I can pause it. Can I?
Yeah,
no.
Let me hit allow record for Justin, and you're good to go. It's recording on your end as well, and we are back. Is there anything you guys want to get into before I start going on rants?
Nothing's going to stop us from you going on a rant.
Yeah, but you can say whatever you have to say before I can.
Did you see that thing in what was it? I told you in Texas where they're just giving illegal like Mexicans and like people in like from Mexico and Central America loans to come here and live to circumvent immigration.
No, what does circumvent mean?
It's basically I'm just like summarizing, but they can give you like a loan to live here and. It's like bypasses the immigration system. It's like a town. I have to look it up. It's a town in like Texas that it says it's gonna boom to 200,000, but it's just of people from like Latin American countries.
Well, as long as they're coming here legally, I don't give a fuck.
Well, it's not technically, I guess, legal, but it's a way around it.
It's a legal loophole.
It's
basically like a work visa, but they're living here.
And because they're getting like a loan with 15% interest.
The only reason I'm not even big on immigration. I don't really give a fuck. If you want a better life, do whatever you got to do. But The reason why I'm big on it is because the people that come here illegally tend to not be the best people. They tend to have priors in Mexico.
They're not getting their best people.
Well, you get what I'm saying? You can easily come here legally if you do
but couldn't you make the argument that the Americans that flee to Mexico are actually probably the worst Americans we could give them? Because mostly if you're on the run or you're drunk.
That is very true. That is a good fucking point.
No American goes into Mexico with like some wholesome intentions, like they're gonna like give fresh water to a needy village.
That's not true though. My mom's
going down
best
there to build schools. They're going down there to hide keys.
Nah, my mom's best friend went, like, what do you mean for a vacation? Because a lot of people in America go for Mexico for a vacation and come back.
Yeah, I'm saying when Americans sneak across the border, it's not for like, it's
Oh,
mostly
no, hell
the
no.
greatest reason.
No, but we usually get them extradited. We usually let Mexico know, like, hey, we got a guy on the run. He might be in Mexico, and then they look for him.
We're usually just getting a guy trying to find a better life. And
But also, people, when I went to LA, the 2 days I was in LA, when I was watching the news, people would cross the border at night, rob a bunch of people in LA, and then go back to Mexico. Like, that's a thing.
That probably almost sounds like they're in some sort of some sort of like gang or something.
Yeah, probably the cartel or something. But that's a huge thing as well. Like, people
Yeah.
go to America, steal a bunch of shit, commit a bunch of crimes, and then run back to Mexico.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have their fingerprints, they don't have their ID, they can't, locate them after the crime. I mean, it's the perfect crime.
It is the perfect crime. That's why it's a big deal. Like, we don't really see a lot of that shit because we live on the other side of the country. But if you were to live on the west side of the country, there's issues that arise.
Yeah, what was it? Someone's like, there is actually, they're like, when are they gonna, there's like, wasn't the Shane Gillis
I
documentary?
was just about to say, like, why are you worried? My
No,
dad's
but there's some like, an old person's like, yeah, I can't wait till they build that wall. And they actually, and his dad went down. I was like, oh, there is a wall.
Yeah, and he was like, it's oddly funny that my dad that lives in central Pennsylvania is worried about securing the central or the southern border. Like, some Mexican guy's gonna come up to his boss's desk, slap his resume on the table, and his boss is gonna be like, "Are you here for the sales position?" And the guy's like, "See, yes."
How much of a mind trip would it be if you brought all these people that watch Fox News and they realize, wait, there's been a wall here for decades?
Well, the wall doesn't really work. The wall that Trump wanted to build had cameras all over it and detectors and whatnot. That's kind of what he was trying to do.
So why, instead of building a new wall, why didn't he just invest in upgrading the wall?
I think they started it, didn't they? Well, that's why we got to vote for him again, guys. Let him finish the fucking wall.
What if you go down there and the wall's completely finished and you're just confused, like, what's going on?
Speaking of Shane Gillis, did you guys check out his new stand-up?
No, not yet.
I saw bits of it where he's like talking about his dad watching Fox News for like 3 hours and just like getting drunk. Yeah.
I think that was the first one on YouTube.
Yeah, he's got
a new one on Netflix.
Okay, I saw whatever one I was with Rob with, where he's like, yeah, that's what I meant, but he's just saying it more better than I did. That's my point.
That's the one on YouTube. That one's fucking hilarious too. He talks about how if you want to end racism in America, or if you want to end, like, he said, because remember the Titans? He's like, if you want to end racism, you just got to put together a hard-nosed football team. Like, if the trans community wanted respect, all they had to do was just put together a hard-nosed, run-it-down-your-throat ball club.
That's not the only thing that's running down your throat.
They just got to find a way to upset the trans community. Just has to find a way to upset Alabama, and then and then tomorrow in Alabama, everybody would be like, "Those are actually some tough bitches."
They identify by they them. They're good at playing both ways.
Dude, that Shane Gillis' stand-up on YouTube and his new one on Netflix is the funniest stand-up comedy I've seen in years, probably since Bill Burr's last couple. That shit had me literally crying, bro. Crying.
Not any of Tom Segura's stuff lately. He just had one come out on the 4th of July on Netflix.
Yeah, where he was talking about his mom getting high. Why? Why would you do this to me?
Are you trying to kill me, Tommy?
Yeah, that was pretty funny too.
Rob showed me this. You guys ever watch that YouTube show Kill Tony?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I love Kill Tony. I'm not retarded, but I like rocks.
The best part about it is, like, I actually am glad that it's more regular regular people, because it's funnier when they bomb on stage.
Yeah, but that one black dude where they're like, tell me a little something about you. He's like, I'm not retarded, but I like rocks. He's like, I like the way they feel.
Like the one guy I actually noticed, like I was watching with people there, he opens with a leap year joke, and I kind of get it, but then I also know some like I don't think they're laughing because they don't know what he actually meant by his joke.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing some stand-up comedy just for the hell of it. Even if I bomb, that show would be funny.
Hey, I mean, that might launch your career better than music.
Oh, fuck you. Go fuck
I'm just
yourself.
saying it's a new path. Maybe that one opens new avenues for
Well,
you.
Devin, if you
Suck a
just want,
dick.
Devin, if you want to do stand-up comedy, just read him one of your raps.
Suck a fucking dick. Is Love Like This is one of the most thought-provoking, underrated songs maybe in history. I feel like in like
By
fifth.
you?
What?
Love Like This by Natasha Bedingfield?
No, Is Love Like This by Lord's Disorder. I feel like, honestly, guys, I feel like in like 50
Who?
years, I feel like because
Who?
by me, motherfucker.
Who?
Stop it.
Who?
In 50 years, I genuinely feel like my music is gonna have a lot more exposure.
Devin thinks you think in like 50 years, some like historian's gonna like stumble on SoundCloud and like, what was like this is a
What is this untapped treasure?
Honestly, that happens a lot. Like, there's a lot of old musicians where their stuff's on Spotify or YouTube, and they get no respect whatsoever, and then they die, and like somebody listens to it
or
and
they
puts
find
them
it in
on.
like 2,000 years and they hear what Devin sounds like, oh, I guess they hadn't evolved from Neanderthal yet.
But no, that's a real thing. I watched like a documentary on this guy. He believed in aliens or whatnot. Some people think he was abducted by aliens. But
Yeah,
he was like a struggling musician his whole life, and then like 20 years after he died, his songs get like millions of plays. Like
Well, that's because
art,
his music was obviously out of this world.
but like art stands the test of time, so I'm not really
You know,
worried about.
it'd be the best part if they found you in like 1,000 years and they realize all your songs are about one girl. They wouldn't think you were simple. Like he must have been worshiping his god.
That's a possibility. Have you guys heard of like the Memphis rap stuff? Speaking of rap,
No,
uh,
I haven't gone down that rabbit hole yet.
so like
Is
you
this the
ever?
rant that we were trying to avoid?
What'd you say?
Is this the rant we were trying to avoid?
No, I was just. Do you guys want to get into some of the conspiracies I got?
Well, I thought we talked about Memphis rap conspiracies. You said something about the devil or something.
Yeah, we might have talked about it. I don't remember.
What are your thoughts on my belief that America is just based on one big Ponzi scheme and like money is truly like it only means what we think it means?
Yeah, it's capitalism, brother. You're kind of
Like
correct.
like we can like it's a game we've set and we're just really weirdos that let it like ruin our like we let it destroy our lives.
Yeah, that's capitalism. But would you rather be a capitalist or a communist? Which
Yeah,
one's
but I don't
better?
know. But if you think about it, the Great Depression's wild, and the fact that we invented the system, invented the rules.
What caused the Great Depression of
This is
1920,
weird.
30s?
The value of the dollar.
Just
But
like
what caused it to crash again? The
wasn't
banks
it just like
closed?
it was just like
It
people.
was war, wasn't it? The First World War.
No, it was the 20s. That was after. It was just like everyone. It was something where like they had to put more I think it was more regulations on like the stock market because people were just too aggressive, and it was like it went up so high without like any like dips in it that once it crashed, it crashed.
Okay, I just looked up what caused the Great Depression. The Great Depression was the worst economic downturn in U.S. history. It began in 1929 and lasted until the end of the 1930s. The stock market crashed, so you were right. The stock market crash of October 1929 marked the start of the Great Depression. However, many other factors contributed to the Great Depression, including the gold standard, the Smoot-Hawley tariff, which collapsed world trade, government
Yeah, like
policies.
tariff, that sweet thing.
So essentially, it was, government policies, bank failures and panics, the collapse of the money supply, the Fed's monetary policies, the use of credit to buy consumer goods and stocks, the Fed policies in the
But
1920s.
if you really think about it, that's like a system we invented. It's not like us like seeing gravity collapsing. That's a natural force. Why couldn't we just like reinvent a new system and be like, well, it makes sense because it makes sense in our head. Why
Yeah.
did we go on for 8 years?
Yeah, tell the Federal Reserve all this
Well, no,
shit.
it's like if you played Monopoly with your friends and your one friend was richer than you, but because he went bankrupt in Monopoly, you applied that to his actual life. Well, son,
I mean-
I guess you're gonna have to panhandle and suck dick for dollars now. You lost in this game.
We could all definitely revolt and start a fucking revolution if you want.
Yeah.
I'm down. Grab your
We're
fucking.
only supposed to suck dick for money if we're like
Yeah.
struggling.
I'm def. Oh wait, damn, bro. I've been doing that shit the whole time, dog.
Well, you know what they say, the stripes of a struggling
I
artist.
know every time I hear your music, it sounds like you're sucking one on the mic.
It's either
Oh,
like you're
suck
sucking
a
one or you're
dick.
taking one in the ass, dude.
Y'all know my shit is fire. Stop playing with me. Hold on. There is this one thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. Have you guys? Let me look at it. Hold on, I gotta find it. It's you know what hysteria is?
Mass hysteria?
Yeah, yeah.
Where you like can like where if like you start saying like when they make you panic buy toilet paper and water for a storm that always misses?
Yeah, I guess hurricanes kind of cause mass
Well, we
hysteria
have
for
a deadly
sure.
disease that came over from China, and everybody needs to wipe their ass, but everybody stocks up on the toilet paper and starts gouging the price on it.
Yeah, that's. I guess you can say that was an instance of mass hysteria. Honestly, there was. Have I talked about this yet, guys?
No, you haven't.
What, mass hysteria?
Yeah.
It's just it was kind of all in the news for the past 3 years.
Well, no, like I've given you guys instances because that was like the COVID was like a minor example. Hurricanes are kind of a minor example, but there's a real thing. Like, say, for instance, I go off on a rant on the sky is really red. We're blind and we see it as blue. That's actually a real thing too. My red is your blue. Like,
Yeah.
if I told you like the sky is blue, but your whole life you've seen blue as the color red, you get what I'm saying? Like, what if we all see colors in a different way?
I mean, we
just-
all do. I'm fucking
now
colorblind.
Devin's just
Yeah.
going now Devin's going to the black and gold dress thing.
I mean, that's kind of yeah, bruh. Yeah, that's a good example, dude. Thank you.
That
Like-
was mass hysteria on levels that we've actually never seen before.
Wait, hold on. Let me look that dress up. Was it the gold and blue?
Yeah, it was like
It was black
was like
and
supposed to be
blue
white
and like gold and white.
Yeah.
Can you guys look up a picture of it? And I just want to get your instance
I thought
of.
something where it was actually both
It
colors.
was both colors,
but they
depending on
kept-
like the shade of your
or like the
phone
way
screen
or like the way they like presented it on your phone or like what actual picture they used when they took the pic.
Okay, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page
I
where
had
it's.
shoes in my closet like that where when like the camera's light hits it, they go from like blue, black, and like orange to like gold, blue, and black because of the way the light hits it.
So I'm looking at a picture of the Wikipedia. Can you guys look it up just so I can?
Yeah, go for it.
We can have a reference. Tell me when you have the Wikipedia page pulled up. It's called The Dress Wikipedia.
Yeah, the great dress debate.
2015, the
Yep.
dress.
You see the
That was-
picture?
Yeah, that was also part of the great meme war of the mid 2010s. It was a long battle. It's white and gold. You're fucking retarded if you think it's
You think
otherwise.
that's white and gold on the picture?
It is white and gold. It's all about the way the light hits it. If the light hits it at a different spot, it'll just like because I have shoes that do that where it turns like the reflection turns into like a completely different color.
Bro, I'm seeing blue and black all day.
Yeah, you also got an extra chromosome.
What are you looking at, Justin? What do you see?
The dress.
I see
on
gold and
Wikipedia,
white.
I see gold and white.
Really? Maybe it's our computers. Maybe my computer's a little bit different than yours. You're looking at the official Wikipedia one.
Yeah, it just says the dress.
Yeah, and the
So the
picture on the
picture
side where it
sounds
says the
viral
original
phenomenon.
photo, and it says the original photograph of the dress.
Is your computer screen in dark mode?
Nah, I literally, while we were talking, I'm literally turning the brightness up and down so I can see gold and white, and I'm not seeing it, bro. I'm seeing black and blue.
Devin's too right wing to see anything in dark mode. Only white on his.
I'm wondering if I change it to like dark mode. So
Go ahead.
Nah,
let's-
my brightness has gone up and down, bro. I'm seeing blue and
Hey,
black.
let's see.
apparently I'm running on dark mode. Okay.
Oh.
That's crazy that you guys
Go to
see.
light mode. Did you just switch it? Go to light mode. Let's see if it's different.
I can switch mine too. Hold on.
No.
It's still white and gold.
Let me switch mine. How do I? Hold on. I'm on settings. Settings. Oh, fuck it. Never mind. Dude, I see black and white. Or I see blue and black. I don't know.
I don't see color at all. I just see shades of gray. We're all one race.
Huh. All right. Back to the hysteria thing.
This is why Trump got elected because we were debating this and mourning a dead gorilla that we put 11,000 votes in for.
R.I.P. Harambe.
The goat.
Right. Hold on. Let me look, because there's two examples of mass hysteria that are fucking crazy, bro. Oh, it was a dancing plague of 15. Oh, here we go. The French
go.
dancing plague of 1518. Do me a favor
French
and
dancing plague.
look that shit up, bro.
Bro.
French dancing plague.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what this is.
You guys can, if you want, you can read it.
The dancing plague of 1518.
Yeah, the
Or
French dancing.
epidemic.
You want me to read it?
Modern day France and the Holy Roman Empire. Roman Empire, how often do you think of that?
I've heard about this. If you think about it, you're not real.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about it, to be honest with
I
you.
think it might have been caused by a fungal disease made from rye flour.
Okay, this is what I'm getting. The outbreak began in July 1518 when a woman called Fro Trophia began to dance fervently in the street of Strasbourg. Trophia kept up the constant dancing for a week. Soon 36 people joined her. By August, the dancing plague had claimed 400 victims. People died from this, you guys, from what people died from. Here we go. From July 1518 to September 1518, somewhere between 50 and 400 people took to dancing for weeks. There are many theories behind the phenomenon, the most popular being stress-induced mass hysteria suggested by John Waller. Other theories include ergot and religious explanations. There is a controversy concerning the numerous deaths. I think a whole bunch of people, I don't know how many people died, but there is over like 10 at least.
Over 10.
Oh, fuck.
That's a lot for back then. That's like a third of the population.
More than 9, less than 11.
It's probably more than 10, dog. It's veracity of deaths. Controversy exists over whether people ultimately danced to their deaths. Some sources claim that for a period, the plague killed around 15 people per day. But the sources of the city of Strasbourg at the time of the events did not mention the number of deaths, or even if there were fatalities. There do not appear to be any sources related to the event that make note of fatalities. Bro, how wild is that? So one day,
also back in the 1500s, if someone got sick in that area, they didn't have like any real medicines. Like pretty much you're gonna die if you got a cold at the age of 6.
Yeah, but dog, one day some lady just went out to the street and started millie rocking. And then and then every buddy in that town was like, "What are you doing?" And then they started millie rocking.
If you would have sent Kyrie Irving back to the 1800s and they watched his crossover, they would have thought he was a witch. It's the same thing.
No, it's not, because imagine you walk out in your street and some lady's just randomly dancing. And then you're like, "Hey, I'll dance with you for a second." And then next thing you know, you can't stop and you're dancing for weeks. There were stories.
Kind of fuck.
That's dedication right there, bro.
It's can you imagine if we invented a time machine and we hit the gritty on these fools and caused another mass hysteria? What is this witchcraft?
I wonder how they were dancing too. If it was in France in 1518, that's nothing but white people.
Yeah,
so it's not looking good. You know what I mean?
It's like they still hadn't invented the ability to move, but have movement beneath their hips besides a straight run.
Yeah, there was no rhythm.
They're dancing like that one fucking news guy that does the dances with the black kids. You know what I'm talking about. The one guy that went fucking viral, and now he dances with every black kid he sees.
Mm-hmm.
What if it probably looked like that? What if they were killing that shit? But how crazy is that, you guys? People, they had to, fucking tie these people down for them to stop, and they still didn't stop. And there's another example. It's on my list. It was a bunch of nuns. I don't remember what year. I'm trying to look for it in my fucking list.
You know what a priest is? You know what a priest's favorite meal to eat on Friday is?
What?
A children's meal?
None.
Oh.
He said none. I don't know if it's on my list or not. This pisses me off because French cat nun hysteria. So this also happened in France.
Seems to be a lot of shit going on in France.
French cat nun hysteria. Let me look it up just so I can give the listeners a good rundown.
Going back in time, it's just one person that had more rhythm than the other, and they just no, there's something. He's a demon.
Okay, so here we go. Here's a little.
So
have you noticed that Google, when you look something up, they generate an AI thing now?
Yeah.
I like that, honestly. So the story, this is AI generated. The story of the meowing nuns is a case of mass hysteria that occurred in a French convent during what is
Yeah,
CONVENT?
convent. That's like a home for nuns.
Okay, occurring in a French convent during the Middle Ages. The story goes that one nun began to meow like a cat, and soon other nuns in the convent started to meow as well. Eventually, all the nuns would meow together for a certain period of time. The meowing did not stop until the police threatened to whip the nuns. The meowing could have been a form of rebellion, a prank, or the influence of solitude on the mind. Mass hysteria generally happens when a close-knit group of people are gathered together and are under stress. There are two types of mass hysteria: anxiety hysteria and motor hysteria.
It just sounds like herd mentality that led to a kink.
Sheep.
But just like that's so wild to me. So it's basically stress induced when there's a group of people. So like
Yeah.
if us three all got stressed out and like I just started to try like if I fucking or one of you guys did some wild shit and we all started doing it.
It's
Like
kind of
what
like
if
back when you were working at McDonald's and you got stressed out during like a lunch rush. Everybody started beating the shit out of the inanimate objects around them.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess you're right. That's so crazy to me just to think about. Like that. I mean, I think I've probably been a part of some mass hysteria. Not to that level though, where I'm meowing at everybody.
Well, you did Molly on a 2.5 hour podcast with everybody, and all of you did Molly.
I think that was like 4 hours.
4 hours, only 2 hours were not 50 minutes were salvageable. One part went on way too long.
Should I keep the listeners updated with how my life's going?
Yes, he almost got shot.
No, I didn't almost get shot, but I got out. Your boy is not dumb. I get out before something bad happens. I could notice.
Pussy.
I could tell that so one of my neighbors is a Crip, one of my other neighbors a Blood. Long story short, the Crips are good guys. The Blood ended up like having one of the Crips' girlfriends over, got her high on fentanyl. She was passed on the couch. I ran upstairs, saw that she was passed out, ran over to the Crips' house, banged on his window till he woke up. He went, got his girlfriend. 2 days later, I guess he goes over there, gets shot by the Blood.
So all this was mass hysteria caused by you being a snitch.
I told them motherfuckers too when I was walking down the stairs. I told the Bloods, I said, if I see any rapes or murders, I'm calling the police immediately. I don't give a fuck. I told them that shit. I don't care, dude. There's a certain level of snitching. That whole like don't snitch shit. That's just all that is manipulation. That's how gangs are formed. One guy, and I talk about this in my song. I literally if you listen to my song Spite, I break down street code. It's like to a T. I tell you what the streets are. It's some 30-year-old guy that lives with his mom that has nothing going on. So he gets the
Is this like a self-titled album? Like this is a story of your life?
No, because I don't do this pussy ass shit. I call it out when I see it.
30 years old and then you live with your mom and you have nothing going on.
Yeah, but you don't see me starting a blood gang.
Yes.
I'm going to college. I'm not pretending to be a gang leader.
You could start your own set on Tybee Island.
No, I'm not, because I'm not a pussy. I don't need a gang to back me up.
You could get another kid and be the Tybee Island Boys.
Nah, why would I need a gang to back me up? I'm my own man. I have good friends that I need to call if something happens. Hence you guys. But
you make us drive 6 hours.
No, but what I'm saying is I don't need a. No, what I'm saying is I don't.
Can you imagine Devin being in a fight and he's like, "Hold up, wait for my homeboys to get here. They just got to drive 6 hours, but they'll be here."
No, I mean like because
That's why they real.
I'm a grown ass man, dude. I can handle my own. But what I'm saying is like if something I have good friends. I don't need to pretend like we don't need to wave a flag to signify our friendship. What I'm saying is every gang is a 30 to 40-year-old man that's living at home, or he's living in like a 1-bedroom apartment with fucking a mattress on the ground, and he gets all the 18 and 20-year-old kids to say, "Hey, this is Sex Money Murder or whatever. This is Blood Set. You're in it." So those 4 kids that are 18 to 20 go out and commit, and he tells those 4 kids, "You better not snitch, motherfucker." So when the cops come to his house and he gets caught for some shit, he can snitch on those 4 kids, and those 4 kids they've been taught their whole life snitches get stitches. So therefore the gang leader can snitch on his gang members, and the gang members don't snitch back. So they go to prison, he doesn't. Don't snitch is just manipulation. That's all it is, bro.
It also sounds like you're describing the U.S. military.
I guess, but I'm just letting you know, like that whole non-snitching shit, that's bullshit. They all snitch, and the people that are telling you don't snitch are gonna be the first ones to snitch on you.
I
That's
know.
all the kids out there, bro.
And that was the street code with Devin Higgins, not your average white boy.
I'm telling you right now, that whole nonsense. If one of your friends says you better not snitch or you get stitches, they're snitching on you currently right now. I promise you.
We need to do like one like 2 minute like what is it those like educational videos where Devin just teaches you
The more you know things.
the hypocrisies of the street code.
It's hypocritical. It's
No, I'm saying,
manipulation. It's all that.
I'm saying we do the ones where you're like the cool teacher wearing like a button up and a tie, and you put the vest jacket over your head and put your like knee on the desk. Like, hey guys, I once was like you. Let me tell you about the hypocrisies of all the things you've learned.
I know you guys don't like my raps, but let me spit one verse. I said, Lil Lord done seen some shit. I know a 30-year-old man still standing at his mama's crib. Talking about he got a blood set. He got 4 jits, and they're all down to go for him. He got 2 already on a bid for him. That's some real shit. That's some real ones. That's hilarious, because if the roles were reversed and the feds try to hit that 30-year-old something bum still standing at his mama's crib with some real shit, then the 4 jits would end up with like 30 years something bids. Kids, I promise, that's the realest street shit you will ever get. That's a G code. I guess some shit I don't know. I guess I'm just not built for that. You know, like cots and trays or like stones and graves. I guess I'm built for more like pussy, smoking weed, and making songs that you could never make. I call it out in like 4 bars, bro. Like that's one of my favorite verses of all time.
I've got better bars.
Spit it.
Money, 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 cash, cash, cash. Hollow points make MF stand point like Steve Nash.
Oh, money, 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 cash, cash, cash. Hollow tips make what like Steve Nash?
Big boys stay on point like Steve Nash.
Ooh. Ooh, okay.
Devin said, like, why do you just drop random heat on me for no reason?
I mean, you didn't have no, like, that wasn't a double entendre. You just said make him stand on point like Steve Nash. That was a decent metaphor, but I like bars where there's multiple meanings. That's why I like J. Cole and Drake, because when they say something, it has like 4 different meanings.
February 19th, the day of the glow up.
I was just about to say that too.
Yeah, there you go.
Like
my favorite verse of all time is that I've ever wrote is Love Like This. If you guys really want to know like how I think, listen to the 2 verses that I wrote in that. Because the first verse I explained that I'm possessed by this evil thing, but really I'm just confronting the demons that all of us share. And then in the second verse I'm saying how I'm still possessed, but then I break out and I'm like, no, I'm still here. This is me calling out from.
I started a Patreon now for $5 a month. Devin will do a freestyle rap with you once a week.
On my second verse, I'm not gonna spit it, but just if you guys have the time, listen to Is Love Like This and really break down the lyrics. It'll blow your mind, bro. When I wrote that, I was like, damn, I was proud of myself. I've been writing for like 10 years, and I was like, damn, dude.
No, I'm saying I started a Patreon now for $5 a month. You'll go on a Zoom call with someone and just freestyle with them.
Did you really, or are you making that up?
No, I did it at $5 a month.
I'll do it, bro. I love talking music with people.
Devin's like, for $100 a month, you can spend the day with me and drive me around and help me do errands.
Here, so we got like 6 minutes left, so we'll just cut it off. We could just cut it off here, and then we'll start a new one.
You want to do? All right. You want me to cut it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll send you guys a new link.
All right.
Devin.
Yeah.
Had you heard about the congresswoman in Colorado getting horny at a Beetlejuice?
No, explain that to me real quick.
No, they just caught her on video getting groped and giving her boyfriend a hand job.
What's her name?
Lauren Boebert,
Lauren
something
Boebert.
like that.
Hey, Laura. What's up, Lauren?
Lauren Boebert.
I dated a girl named Lauren for a little bit after, like a year ago. Not even.
Is that why you're Laura's disorder?
Yeah, that's how we kind of clicked.
Is she now a congresswoman in Colorado?
No. Hold on. Oh, Lauren Boebert parted with Date after removal from Beetlejuice. Let me see. She's kind of fine, bro.
Yeah, because what was it? They were watching like the Beetlejuice musical or whatever. And...
Can I read it real quick?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Representative Lauren Boebert, Colorado, Republican Colorado, says she will not be going on another date with the man she was removed from a musical with in an incident earlier this month. Boebert and the man were kicked out of the performance in a Denver theater for disruptive behavior. An incident report from the Buell Theater obtained by USA Today said 2 unidentified patrons received 3 different complaints and were accused of vaping, singing, and causing a disturbance. This sounds like me, bro.
I think she's trying to tweet through it, but one of them, I think she meant to defend it. She's like, "Joy is our strength. Joy is not a suggestion, rather a battle plan."
A lot of people were saying that it was just a way of her like to get people to know her name,
or she just didn't know there was a camera aimed at her while she was getting horny in a theater.
It's a possibility. With what you said, Justin, that's a possibility. Any press is good press.
People know her name.
The patron.
I didn't know who the fuck she was until this happened.
I was going to say, I never heard of her.
Well, no, I'm saying if you're one of the mentally ill people that argue with other mentally ill people on Twitter over politics, you know who she is.
Yeah, right. You're right.
If you're on the war zone that is Twitter, where you're arguing with someone in Calabasas is arguing with someone in like Mississippi over like
politics,
over a state law in Missouri that doesn't affect them.
Yeah,
we live in wild times.
I'm following you totally, Eric. You make a lot of sense. Whenever you're on Twitter, Facebook, don't believe any of that shit, bro. None of that shit's real life.
Well, no, it's not real. It's weird because you can tell some of the people are like
not real people.
No, they're doing it. They're doing it to get like clout. But the problem is, it's almost like they're taking something that's like not a big issue, but the people in the comments section, because they think it's an issue, it's now become an issue.
Listen, Eric can say that I'm stupid and I don't know what I talk about, but a lot of people on
hysteria.
A lot of people on Twitter causes it. A lot of people on Twitter, and I wouldn't say Facebook as much, but Twitter, a lot of those people are bots, or it's a burner account from a federal agent or a CIA agent. I know I sound crazy as fuck. It's the truth. It was proven in the Twitter files. I sent the first episode of this podcast. I talked about this, and then I sent Justin a clip of the Tucker Carlson talking about the Twitter files. It was proven that a lot of I don't know what percentage, but there's a lot of bots on Twitter that literally they're bots, and then they're burner accounts from agents.
It's like the ones where the ones that were easy. There was I can't remember. There was one that was easy to tell it was a bot because it was a female, but she was just posting things like she was saying. I'm almost like if you talked to her if she would have like a straight face, but it was like there was no other interactions with her besides she just posts rants. It was just rants on Twitter, but there was it's not like she had videos or anything or tried to sell you anything.
Have you ever seen?
Usually followed Lauren Boebert with the official Baja Bottom Boys Twitter account.
Follow that shit. Fuck yeah, dude. I'll hit her up on Instagram.
Well, I'm saying, but there's also people who do parody accounts where some of the people who are used to Facebook don't know that they're not doing it's not their real persona.
If you see somebody
more frightening.
Nowadays, I don't believe that it's much now that Elon Musk owns it, but if you see somebody with a crazy left or a crazy right opinion, click on their profile and look at what they post. And then you tell me if that's a real person or if that's someone.
They have people like that. The problem is they're leaning into the fact that they know they're going to get a reaction. So they don't 100%, they might not 100% care about all the issues, but they know it gets them they're just trying to get clicks.
I've clicked on people's profiles when I had a Twitter, and they literally will post nothing but shit to piss people off. And they'll post a video of someone getting shot by the police, and they'll caption it with the most ridiculous statement you've ever heard, and you can tell it's not. No real person would say that shit.
Yeah, but that's
whether you're left or right, no real person would say.
I've met people who think like that though. That's the problem, is you don't think they're real until you meet that person.
No, dude, I'm telling you, I know people from the left. I know crazy leftists.
What I've noticed
still, I've seen people post shit regarding the right, where they're on the conservative side, and it's still ridiculous. And I'm conservative, and I'm like,
I don't know, that's not real. I've been in the South long enough to know that the conservative side, a normal person, some guy watching Fox News and getting angry would go with it.
And I've just seen people that are wrestling fans post about how they have an extra chromosome.
Wrestling fans are some of the nicest people you'll ever meet. To be honest,
it's because of that extra chromosome.
They are. They're the nicest. Because like I said, I watched wrestling as a kid growing up. Like me and Dustin, my homeboy, we grew up on that shit, and we would go to shows and whatnot. And some
Go
of the
go
nicest fucking
go
people.
search up an AEW like Twitter or thing.
Crowd.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about like the WWE crowd that just enjoys the show for the show.
I'm talking about no, because TNA back in the day, me and Dustin used to go to TNA events sometimes
Total
because they would film
nonstop
it.
action.
That was lit when Jeff Hardy was running it, and they
No,
had
but I'm
Hulk
saying
Hogan and AJ
I'm saying
Styles. That was
you
some of the
guys-
best wrestling ever.
You know what I'm saying? You guys are gonna go to the show and you're just gonna be like, yeah, that was a great show and leave, and it's entertainment to you.
Bro, have you ever seen Perk Angle? Can I send you something real quick?
What?
Kurt Angle. Have you ever seen Kurt Angle threaten to fuck Booker T? I met Booker T, by the way.
I saw that one. That was on WWE.
Where he's like, I'm gonna fuck your wife.
They called her a gutter slut.
I don't know. And then they had like a whole month of like a build up with Booker T and Kurt Angle, and the whole time Kurt Angle's like, I'm gonna fuck your wife, Booker T. And like,
but I'm saying like I don't think you realize that there's a very like niche, toxic, like online fan base of people who take wrestling way too seriously.
oh my god, I found the clip, but it's a little long. I think I know what you mean, Justin or Eric. I kind of know what you
I
mean.
think you do, but I think there's people that view them as like legitimate wrestlers and not just like they're entertainers.
Those people might be a little autistic.
But they could also not have friends and shit too.
My friend Dustin, who listens to this podcast, is a huge wrestling fan, and he's probably the nicest fucking guy I know in the world.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like WWE fans, like my brother. That's what I'm saying. Like they watch the show, but it's just like a TV show to them. It's not. I got to go online and argue about weird things that.
You mean like the motherfuckers that will like jump in the ring because they think it's real and start beating up the heel?
No, not that. Not that. That's just like a crazy. I'm talking about someone who wants. It's like if you watch a TV show and you like to write fan fiction about the TV show, but you also believe that the college educated person should take your script as serious.
Well, dude, sometimes those crazy people on blogs are right about a lot of shit. You gotta kind of take everything.
Yeah, but they're right, but they're delusional to think that a blog read by 3 people that someone's gonna sit there and be like, yes, I've done this for 25 years. I'm gonna listen to Steve in Des Moines.
Do me a favor and
Does that make us delusional? Because we're 3 guys sitting around a computer thinking people are going to listen to us.
Yeah,
No.
for sure. But there's an opportunity that someone does click on it and it helps out the algorithm. So we're not really delusional. We're kind of going off of a hope chance that people will click on it. So I wouldn't say it's delusional.
We're living off hope, not delusion.
Yeah, I would say it's more hope. But click on the article, look up the Instagram and look up the Bottom Boys group chat and look at what I just sent you and watch that fucking video.
What is it? The wrestling video?
Yes, just have Justin watch it real quick.
I've seen it before. Yeah, he calls his wife a gutter slut.
Yeah, I've seen it.
The one where he.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Well, don't play it on the pod.
Hold on, bro. I will.
We talked about this. You don't have the express written consent of Major League Baseball.
You see that Holly Berry called out Drake for using your photo without permission for cover art?
Devin, you can't play the whole thing. Oh, I think we can because we're reviewing it. Never mind.
That kind of bestiality sex with your wife.
Bro, he told. Bro, that is ridiculous. I want to have sex with your wife. I'm not talking normal sex. Yo, I met Booker T when I was a kid. Like, I went. FCW, Florida Championship Wrestling.
Not really.
Okay, so WWE has like a minor leagues and it's called FCW, and I went there in like 2010. I literally was front row watching Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Big E Langston. I saw them all front row. It was a dope ass show. I don't care, but I sat. It's like a little tiny ass arena, bro. Like it sits maybe 100 people, and they have a announce table. And I guess the show we went to, I guess Dustin hooked it up. Dustin knew it was like gonna be like their biggest show ever. But the announcers were Booker T and William Regal. And me and Dustin, when he was like 11, I was 10, I could touch Booker T's thigh. I sat next to Booker T for like 3 hours, bro. And
I thought you meant like you were trying to like reach for his dick up in the fucking stands.
man. But like I was literally like thigh to thigh with him sitting because it was so close. William Regal was on the other side of the table.
I can touch you.
Dude,
I'm gonna fuck your wife.
He was the nicest celebrity I have ever met, bro. He literally it wasn't even a commercial break, bro. Like the show was going on, and since I was a kid, I didn't know any better. I slipped him like a poster of the show we were at, and while he was commentating, he took the poster thing, signed it, and handed it back to me while he kept talking to William Regal.
Do you still have that poster?
Nah, I lost it. I think Dustin might have one because it went to commercial break, and then Dustin handed me his, and I gave it to him, and then like he ended up talking. I don't remember what the fuck he said, but we talked for like every commercial break. He literally like talked to me and Dustin, and he was so fucking cool, bro. So now as an adult, like I grew up as a Jeff Hardy fan. I always loved Jeff Hardy, but now as an adult, I have mad love for Booker T because he like made my childhood with that.
Devin didn't get to experience the wildness of late '90s wrestling because he was too young for it.
Yeah, but dude, I'm telling you, Booker T. I actually met him when I was a kid, and he's a phenomenal person.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you met any other celebrities? Like I've only met like
I met football players.
Players that like games to get autographs.
Do you remember the Nexus? Remember
No.
Eric? You don't remember who was in the Nexus?
What year was that?
That was like 2012.
I kind of like stopped I stopped watching it like regularly when I was probably like 14, 15.
The Nexus was Wade Barrett, Justin Gabriel. I'm trying to think who else was in it. I met a bunch of wrestlers and I met a bunch of football players before. Adam Humphrey was pretty cool. I mean, he didn't really say shit.
Yeah. Adam Humphries, Austin Safarian-Jenkins.
Austin Safarian-Jenkins was a tool.
Julius Peppers at Universal Studios.
He looked like he was a cool guy, man.
Yeah. He was pretty cool.
Who was pretty cool?
Julius Peppers.
You don't remember Justin sending us a picture of him and Julius Peppers?
I do not.
It was a very short-lived interaction. We were at what? Islands of Adventure, and we were in the Harry Potter world. And I just saw him from like across the line for the ride. And I looked at Jackie. I was like, "Holy shit, is that Julius Peppers?" And she looked at me and she said, "I don't know
who the fuck is Julius Peppers is." Yeah.
Did he come say hi to you?
No, I was in line across from him, and I kept looking at him to make sure it was him.
Was he like saying like, "Who the fuck is this?"
I'm pretty sure he had that thought that I kept looking at him. He was probably like, "Fuck, this guy knows who I am. I'm here with my family. Don't ruin this for me." So I just quietly whispered to him. I was like, "Hey, are you Julius Peppers?" And he's like, "Yes, I am." I was like, "Can I take a quick picture with you?" He's like, "Yeah, just make it quick because I'm here for my kids." I'm like, "No, that's fine." So we just took that picture real quick. I'm doing an awkward smile. He's like half looking at me because I did it real fast as to not get anyone's attention.
Do you still have that picture?
Yeah, I still have it somewhere in my phone.
Send it to me so I can put it in like a little short that we're talking about.
And then I just basically told him, I was like, "Yeah, I'm a Bucks fan, been my whole life, but like you kicked our ass, so you're pretty cool. Respect."
What did he say?
Like, "Thanks." He said, "Thanks, I appreciate that," and then got on the ride with his kids.
See, he didn't have to do that. He could have been a real big dick and said no to your picture. Yeah, he didn't have to do all that. He's a good guy. I heard that Aaron Rodgers was a piece of shit. Someone was someone that
surprise you at all though?
Kinda, because he seems like a really fucking nice guy. When they told me that he was a piece of shit,
you just like his personality. He might not be that sociable to people he doesn't know.
This guy told me that he was at a motel or a hotel, and I guess the players were at that hotel because it was a Bucks game. So it was one time where the Packers played the Bucks, and he said that he saw him in the lobby, and like he waved at him and said, "Hey, Aaron Rodgers, what's up?" And Aaron Rodgers like rolled his eyes at him and gave him like a "fuck you" look and kept walking. I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." Someone also told me that Mike Evans was a piece of shit. Like he didn't know I was a giant Mike Evans fan. He said, "You know who's the biggest piece of shit ever?" I was like, "Who?" He's like, "Mike Evans." I was like, "No."
Never meet your heroes.
Yeah, I was like, "No." Oh, look at that picture of you and Julius Peppers. That's dope as fuck, bro.
It was just like the most random thing. Like I just saw him and I immediately knew who he was. And just when I asked Jackie, I was like, "Is that Julius Peppers?" Not even thinking, because I know she doesn't know who Julius Peppers is. But just for her to say, "I don't even know who the fuck that is."
Who are these people?
What the fuck even is that?
There was a wrestler that was in Nexus. His name was Michael Tarver. He really didn't do anything with the WWE. He was the guy in Nexus that always wore the bandana over his face. I went to watch. It was actually, I remember exactly which event it was. I went to Mugs and Jugs when it was Mugs and Jugs. You remember that?
Yeah, now it's something wings or chicken wings, something
Yeah,
weird.
I remember I passed by it a couple weeks ago. I was like, oh man, Mugs and Jugs is gone. But I was at Mugs
Are you
and
talking about
Jugs
the one that was on Ridge or the one that's down in Tarpon?
Tarpon, the one in Pinellas
Okay.
County. Me and Dustin went to that one to watch Money in the Bank 2011, the one that CM Punk beat John Cena. That was right. Fuck yeah, dude. That was the best match I've ever seen.
I didn't see it. I'm just.
He's just hyping you up.
Nah, dude, that was one of the best. It's still known as one of the best pay-per-views of all time because no one was expecting. That was when like CM Punk got his became a household name.
We don't talk about CM Punk. He just got fired.
From who? AEW?
Yeah.
CM Punk is still in 2011 he made a lot of people start watching wrestling again because of his promos.
But he's toxic masculinity.
He's kind of like Aaron Rodgers of the WWE.
Kind of.
But what I was gonna say is we were at that Mugs and Jugs watching that event, and I saw Michael Tarver sitting there, and I went up to him. I was like 11, dude. I was like, "Can you sign my napkin?" And he signed my napkin for me. He was really cool. I haven't really met a dickhead celebrity, honestly. I'm trying to think. I've never met anybody where I was like, "Yo, fuck that guy."
Has anyone recognized you in public? Like, hey, that's Lawrence Disorder.
No, but I have a couple.
You got that one song where he like totally copyrighted Evanescence at the end of it. It's a banger.
Did you like that one?
Yeah. I just like how you go at the end. It's like, I'm just gonna say this is featuring Amy Lee. Fuck it.
Actually, I've had people come up to me.
Who, Amy Lee?
No, like just random. I've had a random guy when I was living on 4th Street. I had a lot of people come up to me like, "You're Laura's Disorder?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Holy shit!" It's good to put a face on it.
One of his boys told him about.
No, I think they were definitely mutual friends of people I know, but like I've had that happen.
Did you feature them in a music video?
I mean, I didn't, but I told them. Everybody that comes up to me is like, "Bro, you're him." I'm
Evan
like,
doing the music videos at the 7-Eleven is like the old man in South Park getting mad at Cartman for bringing his friends to his garden.
Get out of my fucking garden.
The last thing, if someone comes up to me and they're like, "Yo, I heard your song," the last thing I am is a dickhead. I'm very appreciative and very humble.
I mean, but you're not like big enough to be. If you were a dickhead, that would be awkward.
Right. Like I have 500 views, so I'm like, get out of here.
One person's just like really into you, and you'd be a dickhead, and they're like, you only have like 500 views. Why do you have an ego? You work at Red Lobster.
Well, sometimes I do, to be honest with you, because sometimes I remember me and Archie, my father, were having a conversation about like he was like, why don't you like go meet go talk to the people that really fuck with your shit? Because I do have some fans, and I'm like, because I don't care. Like most people don't like my music. So, and that's always been my mentality. Like, I don't care if you like it or if you don't like it. I like it. That's why I'm doing it. Like when I remember my first show, I was on stage and they were all heckling me. And I was like, fuck all you guys. Suck my dick. I'm not here for you. This is for me. And that attitude honestly makes people kind of fuck with you. Like, if they're on the fence, they don't know if they fuck with you or not. If you go, I don't give a fuck if you fuck with me. Suck my dick. You're still going to listen to it. That makes people fuck with you. I've realized it. Because it's just kind of like a certain confidence. Like, people like that shit.
Evan's going to just, like, massively boot on stage because one person out of 1,000 is just like, I fuck with you. He's just like, I'm playing for you.
No, did I tell you guys when I told you this story where the guys were heckling me before no, maybe I didn't. So I got on the stage. And
it's just a regular white boy, and you're like,
exactly, bro. There's a group of Saints fans. There's 4 dudes, and there might have been 100 people in the crowd, but there's 4 dudes in the front, and they were heckling me. They're like, "You better bring that shit, white boy." And I was literally like, "I run this shit." I was looking at them like, "I'll get off the stage and fight y'all right now. I don't give a fuck." and at the end of the show, at the end of my song, they all fucked with it because I was literally like, "I don't care if you like it or not, bitch. This is me."
Doesn't sound like they were heckling you. It just sounded like they told you to bring that shit and you did.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, you saw my album cover is from my first show, and so you can kind of see the energy from that picture.
The meme I just sent.
Thanks, Justin. I love you.
No, I was just saying that was the one fan you had instead of those 5 people heckling you.
I have to say, no, at the end of the show, everybody was like, "Yo, we fuck with your energy." Like that. Why I got that interview? Not everybody got that interview. That guy pulled my dad to the side and was like, "Are you with him?" And he was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Let me interview that motherfucker." So I got an interview because of that.
This young man's got potential.
Yeah, man, and like the music industry's dirty, dude. I've realized that's why I'm going to college. I'm just gonna be a songwriter. I'm just gonna write songs and sell them to people that can actually fucking sing. I can sing. I can hit a couple notes, but not every note.
It's just the ones that matter.
Right? But no, that's honestly what I'm gonna do. I'm entering LPN school right now, eventually become an RN, and on the side sell songs. Because imagine if I write one or a couple good songs that I can sell them for a couple of 100K or 100K at the most, but like 10K I can sell to.
What you gotta become a certified anesthesiologist. That way, every time you put someone under, you're like, "Yo, you got to hear my mixtape." So as they're passing out from the fucking drugs, all they're gonna hear is Laura's Disorder in the background, and that means it's gonna be stuck with them forever. It's gonna play the entire time they're asleep.
Like I said, how does if one of you guys, I don't know, man. I don't want to sound egotistical, but if I was friends with me, I would think it would be pretty cool. Because I'm a musician and I'm kind of saying, yo, fuck everybody. I don't care if you like it or not. Even though it's not very well known, I think that's what I kind of gain power from that. Because it's like I still do it no matter what. Like you feel the passion. Like I've made $100 off of it from all my listens.
There you go.
I haven't pulled it out. It's still in my bank. But I make no money off of this. I've actually spent probably $3,000 into making music and everything.
Devin's realer than anyone. He doesn't want money.
I mean, I do, but I don't do it for the money. I do it for that one person. For the art. Yeah, for that to get that feeling out, bro. I have a lot of trauma that I have to deal with. I have to get it out somehow.
This is for the love of the game.
Yeah. Like exactly, bro. It's like who would you rather root for? The guy that's making 1 million balling out, or the guy that's getting paid millions and millions and millions of dollars that doesn't want to take that hit. I'm not getting paid shit, and I'll still take that hit on the sideline, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, who do you like? That's why
the water boy that gets trucked on the sideline.
Well, that's why love. The people that know me, or know me and know me by my music, the people that I met at my shows, my friends and stuff, like they're very they fuck with it because they see the passion, they see the drive. But like I said, the music industry's dirty, man.
Devin's just living in a permanent of the started from the bottom video, but he's still stuck at the CVS.
Honestly, it's best to be at the bottom.
If you really from the block.
Yeah, that's why you're a bottom boy.
It's best. Listen, if you look into the music industry, why do you think Lil Peep, X, Juice WRLD, all these people die? There's a death clause in every music contract stating if
they overdose.
Well, no, because the record label, their manager of the record label feeds them drugs, and because they make money if you die. So hypothetically, say you sign a deal, right? Every contract has a death clause in it. So you sign a record contract. If you get big as fuck, right? Now, everybody that signs a deal, I think 99% of the people, it's some crazy statistic, 99% of people that sign a music contract, you never hear from them because they don't make it. It's like 1% of people that sign a record contract.
Yeah, it's just like the NFL where they sign all these people to a contract, but now be a star.
Exactly. But now if you sign that contract and you're in that 1% that's actually decent and you're famous, the record, you still have that death clause in your contract. So if you die, they get to keep all the money and revenue after you die from all your music. So the record label makes more money if you die. So that's why you see especially now, it's dirtier now than it's ever been.
So what you're saying is Taylor Swift really needs to watch her back.
100%. 110,000%. Yes.
Yeah, but to make more money if they keep making new music at some point.
To be honest, though, she probably is out of her first contract. She's probably into her third contract by now.
I'm saying everyone got tired. The Tupac having unreleased songs after 4 years was cool, but after some point, it's we're past this.
Well, it's like all the posthumous music. You could just take someone's AI. It's gonna get those people's money, making more money.
And
voice and.
Y'all know me too. I was talking to my mom about this the other day. I was like, if hypothetically I signed with a record label, I've had record labels reach out to me. Hypothetically, I signed to a record label, dude, I'm gonna be dead by the time I'm 28. Just from me I self-destruct when in high school I had when I had some popularity,
Yeah.
you can look at my old Facebook. I don't like that shit. There's no privacy. And then on top of that, every person you meet has this expectation when they meet you. And then when you're not this person that they think you are, like it's a weird feeling.
How are
Like
you gonna self-destruct?
you self-destruct by doing drugs or um killing
You don't
yourself
think if you sign with the
subconsciously.
what if you sign with the record label and knowing that, and then like the manager looks and you was like, you don't have to do this. You're like, I do.
No, but they push you to do it because you have that death clause. They
Yeah,
want you
but
to self-destruct.
how weird would it be if you went in with that thought and then the manager was like, why are you doing this? And you're like, because I have a death clause. It's like, but I'm not giving you these drugs. You literally bought it from a crackhead at 7-Eleven.
No manager or record label does that, Eric. I promise you. I've looked into the music industry. I mean, look at what Prince was saying in the 80s. They all feed them drugs. The manager is the one giving you the drugs. He wants you to overdose. So you're basically surrounding yourself with people that want to kill you, low key. And me personally, I've never had a manager or anything, but even when I had my own little kind of fame,
Well,
I
then
self-destructed that.
how do you rationalize to people who didn't have drug problems?
Like the famous people that don't do that.
Yeah, how do they avoid getting killed?
Hypothetically, Eminem, he locks himself in a mansion all fucking day.
Oh
And
yeah,
doesn't
but he
go
used to be
outside.
gone off drugs all the time. He used to pop pills and drink.
And he survived probably, you know what I'm saying? They probably thought he was gonna die, but he didn't. And he talks about that a lot. I mean, you guys can look into it. I'm sure there's some people that, they don't end up doing it. It depends on really if if you know your manager like that. Hold on, we're running out of time though. You want me to start a new one?
Yeah.
All right, let me start a new one. This will be the last one too. I know it's getting late.
All right.
All right, so basically to summarize what I just said, like I said, when I was in high school, I had a little bit of fame and I self-destructed. I've noticed I like my privacy. Like I like having a couple friends, family, but when too many people enter my circle, I don't feel comfortable and I don't like that people infringing on my privacy. So that's why I tend to self-destruct, because I want people to stop watching, stop looking. So if I signed a record label or signed a record deal, got some sort of fame, I would immediately try to end it.
Why?
Because I don't want that much people so focused on my life. Like until you're in that position where you have over 500 people focusing on every step you make, you really can't. It's kind of like there's an emptiness behind it too, because you have to put up this fake facade, this ego. Every person you meet, it's a fakeness behind it. It's not a genuine conversation.
What if you just be yourself the whole time and then just not care about that?
Dude, if I be myself, I would get canceled immediately.
So we're in an era where if you get canceled, that actually helps you.
I guess you're right. I mean, like I said, I never stop making music. So whatever happens, happens. But I don't want to be Drake famous.
Justin,
I promise you.
Well, Justin, you got anything else you want to talk about?
Holes.
What kind of holes?
All the holes.
Like, be more specific here, buddy. I can talk about holes.
Yeah, we can get deep in that.
Yeah, like you're talking about like Shia LaBeouf holes, or are you talking like Mia Khalifa holes? Like, what are we talking here?
I mean, we could find a way for them to converge together. I'm a man of all holes.
You guys hear about the Shia? Remember, I hate Shia LaBeouf. I don't care what anybody says. I think he's a fucking. Well, that's what happens when you're famous. You see what happened to Shia LaBeouf? Most people, that's what happens to them. And the people that it doesn't happen to are either not at a level of fame so big, or they have a manager telling them what to say, what not to say the whole time, and they're basically a puppet.
Yeah, fucking sheep.
I promise you, if this podcast blows up, which it will eventually, and we get a bunch of listeners, I guarantee you one night you guys are going to call me and ask me how to deal with the stress of it. Because you're going to literally be looking at all the comments, and you're going to be like, you're going to want to respond, but you don't want to respond to give them attention. And then your family's going to be reading those comments, so they're going to see all that shit. I promise you, there's a level of stress behind that shit that you don't want.
But you just got to realize people are trolls and just.
I get that, but when someone's saying that you're hypothetically, say someone calls you a fucking the worst thing, a rapist or something, which we all know you're not. But then your mom reads that, your dad reads that, everybody you know reads that. So everybody you know personally is like, hey man, why are people? You know what I'm saying?
No, you just find a way to just, I don't know, just lean into it.
It's easy to say that, Eric, but until you're in that
just,
position, bro, I promise you.
You could message them like, why are you so angry on a Saturday?
And then they take a screenshot of that shit, and then you're fucked.
What? Why are you so angry on a Saturday?
I'm just saying you don't even want to give those people, because that's what they want. They want you to message them.
There's like if we got big, there would be like hundreds of comments. You could just choose to ignore the comments.
Yeah, okay, you do that, Eric. Tell me when we get hundreds of comments under a video.
I'll deal with the comments.
You tell me how you ignore all those comments. I'm just saying after a level of time,
like, what are you gonna do?
Everybody.
Like, what are you gonna do? Sit there and read every single comment and reply one by one by one by one?
No, you don't reply. You definitely don't reply.
Fuck you.
No, you don't reply. I mean, I did that a couple times, but you don't do that because that's just feeding into what they want. They want.
Yeah, but what you're talking about is like you would almost be the psychotic one, having to read all these and letting them hurt your feelings.
Everybody reads the comments. I don't care what you say. Everybody, all these famous people you see, they're reading every single comment. I promise you. Even though they don't respond, they don't like it, they read your comments.
Yeah,
it is impossible not to.
I know it's impossible not to, but you don't. Once you realize that people are just trolls. Some people are just dickheads. It's like whatever. They're just gonna write this.
So why do you want to be famous in these people's eyes? What does their opinion matter? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, some people are just trolls.
I get that, but why do you want to be in terrible people's minds and lives?
Well, it's like J. Cole said, fuck the fame and the fortune, but maybe not the fortune. You just want the money.
One of my favorite Drake lines of all time is Emotionless, where he said, the only ones I want to tell are the people I can call. They always ask, why let the story run when you know that it's false? You know, a wise man once said nothing at all. I mean, that is pinpoint of what I'm talking about right there. The only ones I want to tell are the people I can call. Yeah, but they always ask, why let the story run when you know that it's false? You know, a wise man once said nothing at all. Yeah, but like when you reach the level of Drake famous, people are going to call you pedophile. They're going to call you all types of shit, bro.
Okay.
And you're going to have to find a way to live life through that.
Yeah, but it's just a comment on YouTube from some guy you don't know.
But when you go out to dinner and some crazy guy comes up to you and calls you a pedophile, and that happens like once a week because that's whatever narrative.
Based on what?
Nothing. That's what I'm saying. Why let the story run when you know that it's false? You know, a wise man once said nothing at all. Like, people, when you reach a certain point, they're going to try to knock you down any chance they get. Yeah, that's why I don't feed into the whole Drake is a pedophile thing. Like, I get his perception of it. Like, that's what they do to everybody.
That won't just happen. That doesn't just happen if you're famous. Sometimes your family will knock you down if you get a better job than them.
That's true, but when you're famous to millions of views, it's that times 1,000, bro.
Yeah, but I would almost feel like your family doing it would hurt you more because there's a personal connection. You could ignore Steve in fucking Des Moines.
You can't ignore the whole world.
Keep shitting on Des Moines, man. If Steve in Des Moines, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
Justin, do you understand my point in this?
Yeah, I get both of your perspectives. I like how both of you, like your media.
Eric's saying fuck them, don't ignore them. I'm telling you, once you get to that level, which we will with this podcast, you're going to call me one night and be like, what do I do?
Yeah, but Devin, if they sleep on you, just go Bill Cosby mode and fuck them.
Someone's going to clip that now, and they're going to play that in a year when you have mad followers, and then you're going to have to live with
Yeah, but they can't cancel you if you intentionally go out of your way to do it. You're not like your boy Tate.
That's called self-destruction, Eric. That's what I'm telling you.
Not self-destruction. That's just like not leaning into, like, not just letting them, like, who cares? Like, they're gonna say what they're gonna say.
Listen, when this podcast gets big and you live what we're talking about, it's easy to say the shit that you're saying now.
What if this podcast gets big and it's like they mildly troll you, they mildly troll Justin, they troll you because they know you'll like motherfuck them on a video personal in their DM, but then all my comments are like, we love you, Spready, we love you.
Because you're saying that now, just because you literally said that now, they will literally troll you just to get a reaction.
Or the ones that troll me, I just like send them like have a nice day, or
Eric, when it happens, call me. That's all I'm saying, bro. You can
no, so
call
like if
me.
you're walking down the road and some random guy just yells rapist at you, you're just gonna go up and square up with him.
No, you can't because then you're gonna be squaring up with the whole world. I used to say
Yeah,
that all the time
that's my
back in the
point.
day. I
Like
used to be like,
that's
"What
my
am I
point. If
supposed
you,
to do? Square up with everybody that calls me something? I'm gonna be fighting all fucking day."
I know that's my point. If you argue with one, if you like really get into your feelings with one of them, you have to get into your feelings with all of them.
No, you can't do that because then you're gonna expose yourself.
Listen, what I would do if we got hate comments, like
We're
you
gonna
guys
get
get
hate
all deep and
comments.
philosophical about, just ignore it. Don't let it bother you. Read it.
That's
Get
really
strong
what you.
comments.
That's the only way to win. But it's
What I
very.
would
I'm
do
saying
is
it's
I
very
would
hard.
just, we just set up the
Love
Baja
you.
Bottom
Wait, hold
Patreon,
on, hold on,
$5.99 a
hold
month.
on. Just sorry to interrupt you, Justin. I have a guest. Say what's up, mom. I got my mom coming in. Say hi to Tamia, you guys. Hold on, I'm gonna give her the headphones real quick. And then Justin, you can. I'm sorry, you can continue with the Patreon thing. She just popped her head in real quick. Here, she's got the headphones on. Say
Come on.
hi.
Hi,
Hello.
hello.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Go Bucks. Packers suck.
All
I'm leaving now.
right.
That was a hot take from
Well, no,
Tamia.
Devin.
Yo,
I think I got where Devin Justin's going is like if they really want to troll us, we can raise the Patreon to 15 a month. And if like you really want to tell us how you feel, we'll respond to
love
you
you.
if you pay us.
I'm sorry for interrupting you, Justin. What were you saying?
Oh, I was saying I get where Justin was going, but if they really want to like say what they want to say, we up the Patreon to like 15 a month, and then it's like we'll have a one-on-one chat with you as long as you give us money for it.
No, make that 100.
We'll start at 15, and if the demand increases, it will slowly ink it up. As because the just because like having a 5 minute rant with like Gary from Luxembourg across the world might get a little tiresome.
I was gonna say I actually I have kind of not experience, but I can see what it's like with everything I'm saying. So when it does happen to this podcast, I think I'm gonna have a good idea of what's best to do
Yeah.
and how to handle it because I've somewhat been through it already.
We do auctions where it's like whoever's the highest bidder can just spend a day with Devin in his house and just motherfuck him for a day.
I just want to say this out loud. I apologize, Justin. I know I interrupt you a lot. Is there anything you want to say?
No, what I was gonna say is, I was just gonna say that people they're gonna say what they want to say in the comments, and what I would do, my initial response isn't to get philosophical and deep, is it would be to just post a video, an explicit video. I would just welcome them into the Patreon and be like, "Welcome to the Baja Bottom Boys Patreon. You guys like to get off on writing mean comments. Well, now I'm gonna get off on mean comments and just start stroking my dick every time I read one of their mean comments,
Or we can just do
just
the
to see
whole.
how they like it."
Remember how Twitter or what's that? Jimmy Fallon does the read me comment thing. We
Yeah,
can kind of
Jimmy
just dive
Kimmel.
into it where we can
yeah.
read the comments and fucking. We can actually encourage
I
people
feel
to
like
leave me
I feel like
comments.
Devin's like bringing this up because then like in his head is like 90% of all the hate is gonna be to me for some reason.
Nah, I'm telling you right now, there's gonna be haters for every comment that you make. Someone's gonna be like, "Fuck you, you're an idiot for saying
No,
this."
you know
Blah
what it's gonna
blah.
be like.
I'm gonna leave an
Devin,
article why you're an idiot and stuff like that. I'm telling you guys, it's a lot of it.
you've seen the meme of the guy on the bus, one guy staring at the sunshine, the other guy staring at the mountain.
Yeah, it's all about perspective.
I'm saying, but you're in your mind, you're like, I'm gonna be staring at a mountain, and these two morons are gonna be staring at the sunlight.
No, I'm saying I know that we're all gonna get flack, and I'm saying prepare yourself. And if you have any
Yeah,
questions,
but
you can call me.
how do you know that I'm not? You don't. How do you know that I just am not? I'm actually waiting for the mean comments because that's it gives life meaning to have
That's kind
someone
of what I'm telling you. I'm ready for him too, bro. But
like but I'll genuinely enjoy them because it's like, but like you can have people love you all you want, but seeing the hate is
if this
like actually
if this
just
podcast gets
suffocating.
big, you're gonna have way more people telling you how much it sucks than how much it's good. That's
Yeah,
what
that's called Devin. It's called Reddit.
he said. It's called Reddit.
Yeah.
No, that's just called being successful.
Yeah, nowadays, like if I would tell Justin's kids about Reddit, they would say it's an app, and I'd be talking about reading a book.
What's playing in the background? What y'all got playing?
Oh, it's just a sound.
What sound?
Can you? Is it loud?
Kinda.
Is it overbearing?
Nah, not really.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, I was just making sure.
What you got? Anything else you want to discuss, Justin?
I mean, we've hit the hot topics. We've talked sports, we've talked Devin's music, we've talked shit about each other.
We might be going on a road trip to Green Bay to see the Packers stomp the Bucks.
Dude, if you're driving, I'm definitely buying the hotel ticket and my own ticket. So
Yeah,
you can basically say we're gonna go.
See, I slipped that one in. That's a double entendre.
We gotta send me you want to get the seats that you were saying, because you said 4 seats. Well, who'd be the 4 seats for?
Well, I was gonna see if Jackie wanted to go. I can just switch it to 3.
Okay, Justin, do you think you're gonna be willing to go for a weekend to Wisconsin?
Yeah, that's the big question.
All right, we'll find out. If not, me and Eric will go and just take a bunch of pictures and send it to you and make you jealous.
We can do a Patreon deal. If you spend $100, you can ride in the car with us.
You can take Justin's ticket to the game.
But to be honest with you, Eric, you basically might say that's sealed and set, because I will, like I said, I'll buy my own ticket and then I'll buy the hotel for us. So you can basically, because I definitely want to go to Lambeau Field and watch the game, especially in December. It's gonna be cool as hell, but that experience is gonna be dope.
It might snow too.
So 4 seats is $800. So each ticket is about $200. Hotel room for a night would be about $200. So I only need about $400. Let's do that, bro.
Yeah, let's do that.
Hell yeah, bro. And that would be the 3rd NFL stadium I've been to. I can say I went to Mercedes-Benz one, the Raymond James, and now I can say I went to Lambeau. That's awesome.
You've actually been to the same 3 NFL stadiums.
Yeah.
'Cause I've been to Raymond, except I've never seen a Bucks game. I've seen a USF and a college in the Outback Bowl, and I've been to Mercedes-Benz.
I went to the USF first college game I ever been to was USF versus Cincinnati when USF was ranked like 17th.
I've actually never been to a college football game.
I went to one. They're all right.
It's a good college football's it's like you're going to like a school where they love it. It's a great environment.
I like I said, I went to US. Well, then again, I went to one USF that 2007, the one year they were ranked, and everybody was pretty fucking lit on that.
Yeah, that's because you're on a college campus. It's just drunk. It's just drunk frat boys.
Well, I don't think USF it's not on the campus. Raymond James.
No, it's Raymond James.
No, I've always wanted to go to the FSU Florida Gators game, because either that or a Georgia Florida game, because those are intense.
We can set that up for next year, Justin. You want to do that? Because I've kind of already made plans with the Lambeau Field one.
Is that in Jacksonville?
Jacksonville, Florida, Georgia.
You see the Braves are getting a new stadium finally?
Wait, in St. Pete?
Yeah, it's going to just basically replace the Trop, and it's not going to look as ugly.
Oh, they're not moving? The Trop is a good stadium. Fuck everybody that says it's not. But it's comfy. It reminds me, do you know when my dad coached for Dunedin football, we actually played the St. Pete Green Devils in that stadium when I was like 5 years old. What?
That's like the South Park thing where your dad's like Randy and he's just watching you like all these uncoordinated kids not be able to move the ball.
No, it was high school. I was the water boy.
Oh.
When I tell y'all I grew up on the football field, I'm not lying. My dad was the offensive line coach for Dunedin for about 7 years from the time I was like...
Devin's right. I ran a halfback toss. I tossed him the Gatorade bottle.
No, I was the water boy. So I was on the field at Tropicana while we played St. Pete, and we whooped their ass. And we weren't supposed to. We were like the underdogs. I think we won like 21-3. Or some crazy shit like that. It was one of my core memories.
Yeah, I kept him hydrated.
I did, dude.
I was
a water boy for Dunedin football for about 5 years, bro. Whenever the kids cramped up, like during the game, I would have to rub
them down real good?
Yeah, dude.
You gave them the full Deshaun Watson treatment?
Nah, I mean, it was cool. I'll say that much. And then
in Pee Wee football, that's how you know they had no hope, the faith in you.
No, I was in Pee Wee, dude. It was high school varsity football.
Oh, you're the water boy for a high school team?
Yes, my dad was offensive line coach for Dunedin from about 2000.
Why didn't you actually play?
High school?
Yeah.
I did. I played my freshman year, and then I got kicked out of high school. I had to go to the alternative school. I was the I wasn't very good, to be honest with you, because I was a freshman, so it was my first year playing with a bunch of sophomores. But I played outside linebacker, which is not my position. I'm either a wide receiver or a safety usually. That's what I played in. Well, actually, in Little League, I played offensive line because I was so fat. But when I got older, wide receiver, safety is my position. That's just my body type. But they put me at defensive end, outside linebacker. Basically, Shaq Barrett. We ran a
3-4.
Yep, 3-4, and I was the outside linebacker on the line. So sometimes I would drop into coverage, sometimes I would blitz, but really I can't. That's not my position. My position was wide receiver. And the coaches for 5A high school, the school I played for, were cops. And at that time, my freshman year,
Devin, I've grabbed your ass before. You're a wide receiver, all right.
I am. I'm
Definitely
a wide
not
receiver.
a tight end.
I'm a wide
Definitely not a
receiver.
tight end.
Well, back in the day, like I said, I have the body of a wide receiver or a safety, and but everybody was kind of small. I was big for my age, so they put me outside linebacker. I was like, you guys, come sophomore year.
Just put me at receiver.
That's what I was basically saying. But they were, like I said, the coaches were all cops for Pasco County Sheriff's Department, and at that time, my freshman year, I was on probation for burglary of occupied dwellings. So they kind of fucked me. They kind of like used me as an example of what not to be, and I still hold a grudge for 5A. I wanted to transfer to Hudson just so I could play 5A for 3 years and whoop their ass, but I ended up getting kicked out and sent to a secondary school. Because Hudson is like 5A is like, it's like their biggest rival. That's like Clearwater, Dunedin.
If we get big, we have to send Devin on like school tours to be that motivational like ex hooligan that like reaches out to that one like at risk kid.
I kind of do,
just
bro.
like you.
I do that all the time, man. I do that in real life.
You ever see the Maury Povich show where they have the drone instructor walk in and yell at the kids?
I wouldn't yell at them. I would because
no, but I'm saying we can have you do like the full drill instructor thing and.
That's not how you talk to kids, man. Especially kids.
No, but I'm saying we're not. I'm saying we do like one video just as like us fucking with them.
Remember what I told you, Justin? Because Justin used to be a correctional officer at the juvie center in Pasco, and I was very proud of you when you were doing that because I thought you were the perfect guy for that job.
So you're no longer proud of me? You're just like both my dads that left.
No, I'm still proud of you, man. You're a great dad. You're a great inspiration to me. But I just thought you were the perfect guy for that job because I'm your best friend. I've been in those cells before. A lot of those kids aren't bad kids. Their parents are probably on drugs, and they're probably like if you see a kid acting up in school or high school, middle school, even elementary, it's probably because they're not. It's definitely because they're not getting attention, but it also might be because they're dealing with abuse at home.
Yeah, it's because most kids, it's like you can tell that their parent never hugged them once.
That and like it's just I remember so in 7th grade I was in this program called the Avid program. I was in honor roll classes up until 7th grade, and I made principal's lists in the 6th grade and in advanced classes. So in the 7th grade they put me in this thing called the Avid program, where it was basically like, we think you're going to go to university, we're going to set you up to go to. Like, I visited the University of Florida when I was like 13 on a field trip. But that year, 7th grade, my mom went to jail and my dad went to jail. So I was living with my friend Trevor. Shout out to Trevor. I love you, bro. I lived with him and I lived with Dustin. I kind of went back and forth at their houses. And from 6th grade, I made straight A's, never got a referral in my life. 7th grade, I got 30 referrals. I went from straight A's to straight F's. I got kicked out of Dunedin Mill for bath salts. I traded this girl Spice for bath salts. Well, basically, what I was doing was I was acting out because I wasn't getting the attention that I needed at home.
But if you didn't have that, like...
And I realized that was every kid that was acting up. Even when I was like in the 7th grade, I was like, oh, we all have fucked up home lives right now. So we're acting out in school so someone sits down and talks to us because that's what we're craving from home that we're not getting.
Do you think if you didn't have that struggle, you'd be able to write the same raps you do?
Fuck no, and I wouldn't be the man I am today, honestly. I might be locked up right. If I didn't go through that bullshit when I was a kid, I'd probably be in prison right now. If that makes sense. Or I'd be addicted to a drug or something.
What if none of it happened and you just remained a good kid that went to school?
No, because knowing my bloodline, I would have fucked up somewhere down the line.
But it almost sounds like it's almost like you're a product of your environment. It's not you.
Like at the end of the day, though, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I wouldn't have the for a 25-year-old. I've been told not to fucking pat myself on the back or be arrogant, but I do have a wisdom behind me just because I've seen people die that I love. I've seen people go to prison that I love. I've seen it all happen. Basically, I know where a lot of roads lead to, so I know to avoid a lot of roads.
There's an alternate universe where Devin's making like 70K a year and he's like an insurance salesman, but he secretly hates his life.
Yeah, no, dude, I'm in the universe that I want to be in. I make my universe. I have my mother, I have my stepfather, I have my real dad, I have two of the best friends in the world, I have the whole world in front of me. So if there's parallel universes, I'm in a pretty good one.
There you go.
Yeah. I do miss my brother Blake, though.
Pretty good inspirational place to leave this podcast.
Yeah.
You guys want to head out, man?
Yeah, just real quick. We were talking about gambling. Who's your best? Who's like your lock for this week?
My lock, like who I know is gonna win.
College or NFL? College or NFL?
NFL, I can definitely tell you at least 5 games where I promise you I'm gonna be correct in.
Go then, say it.
Well, that's fucking easy. 49ers are definitely beating the Giants. Let me see here. Miami's definitely beating Denver. Jacksonville's definitely beating Houston. Let me see. Who else? Kansas City's definitely beating Chicago. And Dallas is definitely beating Arizona. Listen, I guarantee you. Well, mark my words. I guarantee you Dallas is going to beat Arizona. Kansas City is going to beat Chicago. Miami's going to beat Denver. Jacksonville's going to beat Houston. And I guess the Giant 149 one, I guess the Giants can pull off an upset, so I'm not going to say that. But I promise you that Jacksonville's going to win. Kansas City's going to win. Dallas is going to win. And those are my locks. My upset of the week, the one that you should bet on, is New Orleans versus Green Bay. New Orleans is going to upset Green Bay. I'm not saying that because you're a Packers fan. I'm saying that because you guys have your main players. 5 of your main players are out.
That's not even like the biggest upset. I could see my big upset is I could see the Commanders beating the Bills.
Yeah, for sure. But is that yeah? That's why I didn't say that's not a lock. But if I were to bet,
I could see the Broncos sneaking out a win over Miami.
Dude, Russell Wilson sucks.
That's my lock for the week.
Russell Wilson was a product of Pete Carroll. That's why Geno Smith, Pete Carroll, I think Mike McDaniels and Pete Carroll are the best head coaches in the league by far. I think Bill Belichick is the most overrated coach in the league.
Only has 6 Super Bowls.
Yeah, look up his record without Brady for me.
Yeah, but now he has to rebuild the team.
No, but before he had Brady too as well. When he had Bledsoe, look up Bill Belichick's record without Brady.
Yeah,
I'll look it up. Let me.
There's no instance where a coach has been able in the pros to take like a bunch of bums, like to take like what the Arizona Cardinals are this year to the Super Bowl.
Okay, let me give you a stat real quick to show you how overrated Bill Belichick is as a coach. So, coaching record of Bill Belichick without Tom Brady, 79-87.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. Without Tom Brady as his quarterback, he's under 500.
I mean, you could say Phil Jackson's overrated because all he did was coach Michael and Scotty and Kobe
and Shaq.
I am saying he is overrated.
New York with Melo and J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert.
I mean, that's a whole different discussion because it's basketball, but I would say he's overrated because of that as well. But Bill Belichick is 100% overrated. 79-87 without Tom Brady as his quarterback. We should look up what the Bucks record is without Tom Brady, and then look up
Don't do that.
But you know what I'm saying? That was all Brady.
The worst winning percentage in all of major sports.
If you guys think that Bill Belichick was the reason why the Patriots had a dynasty, Dustin, we've had this conversation 100 times. Look up Bill Belichick and Tom Brady talk about Ed Reed. Tom Brady goes into Bill Belichick's office and literally tells him exactly how to play Ed Reed, and Bill Belichick's like biting his nails, like, I guess I'll write that down. It was all Tom Brady, bro.
Yeah, like with a quarterback like that, you're gonna take advice from him. You're not gonna be like, no, fuck you, I don't trust you.
No, but what I'm saying is Tom Brady allowed people to say Bill Belichick was he proved that he was the reason why when he went to Tampa. But without Tom Brady, he is 79 and 87.
But I mean, does Tom Brady win that Super Bowl in Tampa if he doesn't get like AB with a head straight for 1 year in Gronk?
But that's what Tom Brady comes with, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it's almost not just.
Has
Brady.
Bill Belichick won a playoff game since Brady left?
Yeah, because the team sucks.
No, but has he won a playoff game since he left?
No, but my point is Brady didn't just come. It wasn't just Brady came to the Bucks without anyone else. He got a team built around him.
I understand that, but he also we have I think the most wins in a 3-year period under Brady ever in our history. We're the most. Yeah. Out of the 4 major sports, we have the worst record out of all 130 whatever teams. That's basketball, football, baseball, and hockey. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers had the worst win percentage in the history of sports, American sports.
That's because your owners don't know how to like build a team at all without like signing somebody.
Not true. Malcolm Glazer's okay. When the Glazers bought it, we turned around. Our old owners sucked.
Yeah, Dungy built that original team, but then after Dungy left and Gruden blew it up, they never knew how to they never knew what Dungy did to get that team built.
Anyways, what I'm saying is that was all Tom Brady. Bill Belichick is overrated. The best coaches in the league, in my opinion, are by far Pete Carroll and Mike McDaniel. Pete Carroll wins no matter what. Mike McDaniel,
the head coach for the Dolphins.
And I think he's going to be the coach. He's going to be a head coach for 30 years in the NFL. He just started.
I'm telling you, the Broncos are going to upset the Dolphins. Just watch.
All right. We'll see. I like that prediction. That's a good bet, but you're wrong.
All right, we can cut it off here.
All right, this was a good cast, you guys.
All right, man.
All right, I love you guys. I'll see you guys. See you guys in a little. Can't wait to go to the Lambeau game, dog. It's gonna be fun.
All right.
All right. See you. I'll talk to you guys next week.
All right. Sounds good.
Bye.
All right. Love you guys. Bye.